This bitch got me paying her rent, paying for trips, diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist, and here I am all alone. Yeah, all alone. Got me out here smoking up the window. Yeah.
Brought to you by the morally questionable people at Geek Studios.
I'm on the come up, jump up, I pick my gun up. Joe Jackson with trap.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is episode 54 of the Geek Salad Podcast. I am Arye the King. That is G, the bearded one.
What up?
And today, we got the homie from Blurred's Eye View, Chris Fury himself. Chris, how you doing, bro?
What up? What's going on, man? Chopping it up with the crew.
Yeah. Glad you can be here, man. Glad you can be here. We see what you're doing. We like it, man.
Yes, sir.
Good dude. We might have some other guests stopping in later. We're going to see how that goes. But G, what we got on the agenda today, brother?
Listen, man, we got a whole lot to talk about today. Of course, we got to talk about Blurred's Eye View and what they bring to the culture. We got to, make sure we give the fans more of us on the screen, right? But also, we're going to get into some catfishing from my IG lid, getting it sent out, they getting it sent back home right away. We got to talk about Hawkeye. We got to talk about Cowboy Bebop. We got to talk about, of course, the Kyle and Ahmad case, coming together and breaking that down. We got to talk about Ridley Scott taking a huge brick on superhero movies. And then we got to ask the question, is the genre about to burst? And then, listen, we got to talk about South Korea. Because right now, they is killing it, y'all. All right. So, Chris, what you got, man?
Man, so much on that in that plate. But I've seen and checked out all this stuff. I'm still tripping because last night I was doing an IG live with Navy Montel. Shout out to Blurred Coin Speaks and Spicy Ramen Podcast and Blurred Over. We were all chopping it up last night, and we mentioned the Kyle Rittenhouse case. And I told him, I said, it's hard for me to look at the case now and not laugh because somebody posted up a video of South Park with Cartman singing "Cow's Mom is a Bitch."
Oh, whoa! I didn't know that. Okay,
but it's such a catchy song because then I found myself just like, so. As far as the verdict, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised, considering how that whole thing played out, and I'm just like, yo. They're making a whole mockery of the justice system. It's trash, But then on the flip side, you see the Ahmaud Arbery case, and you see how a trial should go. And a lot of stuff that the judge was doing, he was shutting stuff down. He was like, yo, the defense did what they were supposed to do and everything. And seeing the judge in the Rittenhouse case, and I'm just like,
oh yeah, mockery, man.
Is he playing? What the fuck is he doing? Is he reading a comic? What is he doing? Singing and I'm like, yo, what is this? Like, we know our culture knows like it's a joke to a degree, but to really spit in the face of the American people and do it the way he did it, I'm just like, yo, that's like total fucking disrespect. This is crazy. So, but I wasn't surprised. I wasn't shocked, and at the same time, and rest in peace to the people who died, who actually tried to knock that gun out of his hand. The way I was brought up, if you go looking for a fight, you're going to find the fight. And he went looking to use that gun, and he used it. He wanted a reason, and he got a reason. He shouldn't have been over there. I don't care what your loophole laws were saying. Like, look, in the black family household, you go over there if you want to.
That's what they would say too. Go over there if you want to.
Go over there if you want to. But I'm gonna tell you find out, right? And that's what it was. Like, that's why I'm like, once again, white privilege at its best.
Of course, man. I was telling REA, and we were trying to start light, but since we're here, let's just go in and get into it, man.
Yeah, we're in it. We're in it.
Yeah.
Get the heavy stuff out the way.
Yeah.
We got some fun.
But I was telling my man REA, man, like just imagine for the rest of this young kid's life, this boy is going to be a hero, it's like a champion for so many causes. Any job he wants, he's going to get it. I wouldn't be surprised if this kid becomes senator, president, nominee in the future. Like it's
somewhere in the political field. Somewhere.
Exactly. It's going to be privilege at its finest. I don't think he's going to have an outcome like Zimmerman, where he's like a pariah right now for the most part.
Yeah.
But this kid Kyle, man, like everybody is just raising him up. Shit, even the president is, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, former president, right?
Yeah.
So
I'll never give him that title.
man,
He doesn't earn. He didn't earn that.
Former Agent Orange dickhead. You know what I'm saying?
Former Agent Orange, always a dickhead. How Peter Quill says it, he's not 100% asshole, but he's there.
Right.
It's just
exactly.
the reverse. He is 100% asshole.
Right.
So
you know what I'm saying? But again, man, it's just so sad that we knew what was going to happen. I think a lot of us, it's like we're not even going to pay no mind because we know the outcome. And it's sad to always think that way, like shit, what's the point? And then also what's even wild was that he killed other white people. And I would think there'll be more of an uproar of that happening. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
It's a shame, man.
It's a shame people
I
died,
think that was the thing that with the black community, we're just like, but it wasn't us.
Thank you, bro. Like, hold on, that's like okay.
I'm not trying to downplay the lives or anything, but
because you know why? Because all lives do matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You will catch me out in the street saying that, but it's something that we all should believe. But it's like, dude, I can't front. Up until like 3 weeks ago, I thought at least one of the people who got shot was black. I'm not even gonna front. Yeah. When I found out it was all white folks, I still was like, okay, this is a shame. And more than likely, he's guilty of something. Like, I don't know the specific details other than him he shouldn't have been there. I don't know exactly what happened to play by play, but I'm like, it's a white dude that shot white people. Like, what does the black angle come in? You know what I'm saying? It seemed like it's a non-issue for us because it's white people shooting white people. So you can't even really, to me, white privilege doesn't come into play. Because if it's white privilege that he got off for killing white folks, then they would make it non-white privilege for not getting justice for the people who died. See, so I don't think it's white privilege in there. And
generally, black folks were doing what we always do: sip tea and mind the business.
Mind our business.
Yeah, that's
minding our business.
But we were making sure that down in Georgia, that our God Ahmad get justice, and damn it, he did, man.
Bro, if that joint went different, I was like, yo, it's riots. It's riots in the streets. It's happening, bro.
When they went up there and asked that dude, he was on the stand. So he didn't have a gun. Nope. His hands weren't in his pockets. No. He didn't make a threat toward you. No. I'm like, you just putting yourself in a corner right now.
Yo,
you made it easy.
Like, I wonder, like, did he get tripped up? Did he forgot what to say? I mean, it was like, you just giving, perfect ammunition for the prosecutor. Like, you know what? This guy just said he was not a threat at all. And that was like, at first I was like, hold up, that can't be right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's too white and Southern to really say that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You can't be that dumb. There's no way.
Right.
Bro, I'm gonna have to Photoshop Bill Duke onto this segment. It's like, you fucked up, right? You fucked up, right? Open the shut case, man.
I mean, it was a sight to see, man. And then, now we got to wait for the actual.
He even called him out. He even called him out because their defense was, Jesse Jackson was in the thing, and the judge was like, number one, he's like, the general public and no one else, and even myself, didn't even know he was there until you brought it up. He was like, so we ain't even addressing that.
See, I like that.
I'm like, that's how you judge. You shut that shit down.
Right.
Immediately. Sustained.
Right.
Overruled
on.
all the
Overruled.
legal words.
the lawyerings.
You know what I'm saying? Lawyer. Yeah, bro. Yeah, but I'm okay. So I'm glad he got justice, man. One part about it, other than the fact that the brother is dead, it kind of broke my heart a little bit about it. The defense attorney in the way that she was describing Ahmaud Arbery.
Yeah,
trying to villainize this man, talking about he had dirty toenails. So and the mom had to leave out the court, bro. Like, can you imagine?
Yeah, it was the dad. The dad had said
it was the dad
something. It was the dad
left
said
out
something, and they had to make him leave because I'm like, yo.
I think the dad said something, but the mom, she was more. I think she just kind of took it, but obviously that's gonna hit you as a parent. But she was like, she felt like she almost failed her son a little bit because she let them talk about her son in this light. Because I mean, it's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like,
in the courtroom.
Yeah, it's that shit is despicable, man. Despicable.
It's sad.
We got justice. We got some justice.
Yeah, man.
No matter how we got a win. You know. So
listen, there was a part of me that was like, this shit ain't gonna go the way I think it's gonna go, man. It was. I
didn't have a good feeling either.
One little bit, man. I was like, they might just get a slap on the wrist, man. That's how I felt until like the last day.
When they read them, when they was like, the minimum is life. The minimum is life. It's like, oh, they about to nail y'all. And the look they all had, that Southerner look. Yeah, you about to eat crow tonight. You about to eat crow tonight.
They've got us, man. They were going to make it out of this one.
And again, y'all remember how this all began, man. The crime happened. It went away quietly until social media brought it back up again. Like, hold up. These dudes just killed somebody for just jogging. He wasn't doing shit. And then, people was like, well, I guess the people at the owner home was like, we got a camera in the joint. He ain't still shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't him.
It was a work site that he went to check. He just checked it out. Like anybody probably would have, and there was no harm, no foul. And he moved on.
Hell no, that man could have been a whole real estate investor, saying
so as far as
he wanted to buy. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So any final thoughts before we move on to something lighter?
I'm glad he got justice. It shouldn't have took this long, but thank God for social media and for the people that say, hey, this ain't gonna go. Right. I will say that for the most part, there are a lot of people who's champion for our causes. There really are a lot of people that's champion for our causes. And it's really, we're starting to override the other half who either look away or sweep it under the rug or they'll just feel like they're superior to. And I'm glad that we have people in our support systems that's saying, no, enough's enough.
Right.
We're seeing it. We need to stop this.
Right.
So.
That's the good side of social media. When everybody pulls in and try to be detectives for the right reason, like this is a good sign of that. So I love it, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. So RA, man, just again, rest in peace to the homie Ahmaud. You got Justice Brothers, so be up there for us, man. But go ahead, RA. Talk about this young lady that was about to get wine and dined.
Oh,
she
man.
Flued out.
She got flued out. So I don't know these people, bro, because I think they're like Instagram influencers or whatever. But the gist of the story is it's a producer. I want to say he's out in Miami. A quote unquote high value brother. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck that means nowadays. He got money. He saw it was on Instagram. Yeah, he had options. There's a girl on Instagram, an Instagram model that he likes, and I guess they were DMing back and forth. He liked what he saw. He liked the vibe, and he was like, "Hey, I'll fly you out to Miami. Come spend a weekend with me." So she was like, "Cool." He pays for her plane ticket. She gets out there, and she comes into the suite that he's in, and her body ain't the same body that he saw on Instagram. So this brother's like, you know what? I'm gonna have to go ahead and cancel this, man. Like you got here, but you have to find your way back, and you have to leave.
Oh, so he didn't pay for her way back.
I don't. Maybe not. $400 to Miami. It sounds like this round trip, but then again, it depends on where you're coming from, when you bought the flight. I don't know. So what I know from the story, apparently he didn't pay for her way back. So look, this is the part I thought I was okay. That's amusing, right? But then so I'm and I got this story on Facebook. So I'm rolling through. One of my homegirls had posted it, and the outrage from women is like ridiculous. And I'm like thinking to myself, why y'all upset that this man is sending this lady back? This what the girls was trying to say in the post. They were trying to say that, well, you know how it is. When you get your angles just right, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes your body don't look the same in person. I was like, no. That body that she has and the body of the picture are two different women. Like you're not photoshopping that. In fact, one of the girls in one of the pictures, and maybe I'll put like the side by side picture up here later, but one is clearly taller than the other one. One's legs are longer than the legs of the girl in the other picture. Like this is not the same woman in both pictures. So they was like, well, that was messed up by him, and and she was beautiful anyway. So why didn't he just? I'm like, that's not the point. That she was a very pretty girl, but they ain't got nothing to do with it. That is gross misrepresentation. Why would you do that?
We deal with enough of that from McDonald's. Like that Big Mac don't look the same way as we get.
We don't know what's in these chicken nuggets. We just know they kind of taste good. You know what I'm saying? We could be eating alligator ankles and we wouldn't even know. That's messed up. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, wow. If the shoe was on the other foot, if it was a dude, so imagine it was like Charlemagne the God, and he's going back and forth with a girl on Instagram, but every picture of him on his profile is him, is Morris Chestnut or something. And he shows up and it's Charlemagne the God. The girl gonna be mad. It don't matter whether you think he looks all right or don't. That's messed up.
It's catfishing at its finest. That's what it is.
Just be yourself, man. But what y'all think, bro?
Hell. There are so many ways my villainous mind can go. I am not mad that this brother did what he had to do because, whether he flew her back home or he didn't, there isn't a guy out there that's saying, yo, I feel like you lied to me. Go back the way you came, because it could have been way worse. It could have been way worse. He was just like, I don't need that type of drama in my life. Goodbye. I'm like, that's probably the most knowledgeable way to handle that. He's like, whatever, you got to go. You can't. You ain't who you lying. I feel like you lying to me right now.
Listen,
that might be your face, but that ain't your body.
Right.
Like if you lie about that, what else will you lie about?
Yo,
angles. I know. We've been around.
Like, ain't that many angles in the world, right, man. That's some.
Like, you can only angles. Do that upward angle so many times. But
hold on, let me see if I can put this up here so y'all can see it. Y'all be having a hard time seeing stuff up here. I don't know if you can. Of course, it's a glare. Of course, you can't see nothing.
Yeah.
That's so annoying.
You're gonna have to send that to me so I could just short up there, man. But I got a story for y'all, man. Back in my Plenty of Fish days, right?
Shout out to POF.
Shout out.
Can't really see it. Like, nah, you ain't to say. Pull out the phone. Pull out on the iPad. That ain't
due to my limited skill of lawyering. This does not match up to the new defendant. The defendant is lied.
Listen, man. Damn. I had to deal with that from Plenty of Fish, right? So on the website or the app, whatever, we talking back and forth, and I only saw her silhouette and like her face. I'm like, oh, she mad pretty, right? I bet. But I was like, you know what? Just in case it ain't who I think it is, let's go to Starbucks. I'm gonna meet you there. Meet her there. Completely different person. Wow. And the whole time, she was feeling my vibes, and I was just like, okay, this is a nice conversation, Oh, so you trying to kick it tonight? I'm like, no, not really. And then when we're going for a hug, right? I did the church hug, Ass
The
out.
ass out. Ass out.
Like, okay.
To the side, to the side. Nothing
Sister
touches from the neck
Clarence.
down.
All right, sister,
Right.
Sister Clarence. Good to see you.
Listen, man,
Wow.
and then she texted me on like, oh wow, you gave me the church hug. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So listen, man, it's real with catfishing, man. I never thought I would be a part of it, but back in my whole face, I was like, you know what? Anything's open, man. Why not see what's out there? But lo and behold, man, I was like, nah, this,
This ain't the
that was
go.
a good example of catfishing gone wrong, but not like deadly wrong, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's real out here for everybody.
You can't do that. Can't do that.
God.
These things cannot be done.
But then again, y'all, so I got a bigger question, y'all. Like flying a random out to come see you. Is that
Yes.
I didn't know that was still like a thing.
right?
Oh, yes. Oh,
Right.
God, yes, it is.
But I'm kind of like, if I'm a high-end producer, I'm not that damn thirsty. I'm sorry.
You know what it is? These niggas ain't got no game, bro. They have zero game nowadays, bro. So it's just on some shit like, okay, let me put all of my money and cars and everything on Instagram for the bait. You know what I'm saying? And then just trick on these.
See, that puts him just as almost in the same realm as her. She's lying about her body or her angles or whatever the hell, and he's lying about whatever skill he does or does not have. So
dudes are scared of rejection, bro. Like,
brother.
fam, it's just, you know what it is? It's like, okay, so if you a man of means, right? There are women who you can get off the strength of you having a bunch of money. If you trick on them, they're known as gold diggers. But it's like, if you gonna get with a gold digger, I just feel like, bro, you might as well just get with a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really don't care, my whole thing back in my whore days, my whole thing was like, yo, I want to see what girl I could get off the strength of me. You know what I'm saying? Off how I talk, you know what I'm saying? How I look, blah, blah, blah. That was what was fun to me. The fact that she wanted it as much as I wanted it. That was cool. I'm like, y'all just throwing money, really? Like, this is the new shit nowadays.
Game is game, and if you got it,
it's just
that's just it. Like, you can game, and you can spit your game and get you a girl. You can. Yeah, I'm from that era. Like, you can, if you spit your game, I'm like, everything else is hustler mode after that.
Facts.
That's really what it is. And then if you can't spit game, then you definitely ain't got no hustler mode in you. You just
use a lame, you know what I'm saying? A square like with four corners, you know what I'm talking about?
A square with four corners.
A square with four corners, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, like I don't understand these people these days, bro. I would rather get the girl off the strength of my game and whatever, and then take my money and like invest it somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And trick on myself. Or look, trick on your girl, but trick on your girl after she's your girl. You know what I'm saying? You've been dating for like a year. You know, that's your woman. Spoil your woman. These niggas out here just spoiling random chicks and then act all surprised. And say, for example, they get them pregnant and the girl be acting out of pocket. Or, you know, she's completely different now than she was when you met her. Like, yeah, nigga, of course she is. You met her a month ago. And you was all caught off guard by how beautiful she was, and now you see the situation that you in. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you gotta see what they look like. You gotta. It goes both ends. You gotta see what they look like when they wake up in the morning.
I was about to say something about that too, man. Because, I remember hearing
what you lay down with may not look. It's Cinderella out there. It may not.
Hey, you remember that shit?
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Nah, I want to get you something, or that part too, but the other Wayne's movie, More Money. More Money. It was the gay dude. He just like climbed up in bed with Keenan Ivory Wayne.
Oh no, that was Shane.
Low down dirty Shane.
That's what it was. He ain't know. He just seen everything from the back. He seen the hairs. Like, what the hell? You wasn't saying that last night.
Damn, I was done. Hilarious, man.
It reminded me of a case where this dude divorced his wife because they was dating. She was always wearing makeup. Day after She took all her makeup off. He was like, hold up, you ain't the wife that I married. Divorced her just like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Divorce.
See, now this is gonna go for the same it's gonna go to the same for these brothers that's getting these hair weaves. I don't get it.
I can't. You're right. I can't. Yo, me and my mom was talking about that last night. I can't co-sign it, bro. I understand it because, like, when your hair, you used to having your hair your whole life, and then your scalp starts to fail you. I get it, bro. I understand that. And in fact, that's half the reason I grew my hair out a few years ago, because my dad got the classic male pattern George Jefferson. I'm like, yo, I don't know how long I'm gonna have it, bro. I'm growing it out now.
Man, as long as you don't have that little Wayne where it's like, you know, you're kind of bald right here, but all dreads, all locks right there. Like, if you don't do that, RA, we good. I just if it's coming off, my brother, let it go. Let it go.
Just cut it off.
No Stevie Wonder, right? No Stevie Wonder.
Not everybody can be like Kevin Durant. Just wake up and ball. Not everybody can do that right now.
Oh, can we talk about his ankles real quick? Like, God damn, man. Did y'all see the picture?
Nah.
Oh my God.
It's called shea butter, man.
Damn. God damn. Like, I could be in the house the whole winter and use lotion 4 times the whole winter, and my legs would still not be that. Like, God, what the hell?
Listen,
are you
man,
dehydrated, my brother?
The brother is playing basketball on a high level. Fuck the ashiness.
That nigga needs some moisturize from the inside out. That nigga
just wake up and ball. That's all he do.
That's it, man.
That nigga's soul is ashy. But look, this nigga is sensitive though, because like what did he do? Because somebody obviously they took the picture and they blew it up, and oh Lord, the devil has entered the chat.
That was not me. There she is.
What up, Candy?
Hey, how are you guys?
Speak of an angel.
Oh, what? Well, the devil was an angel too, so.
There you go.
I stand by my earlier statements. There we go. But yeah, he was
earlier statements. What? Hold on. Let me make sure my bed ain't looking too crazy because y'all be judging bitches.
Facts. So I was like,
that's why her dirty ass room.
Dirty ass
room. Yeah,
room.
wigs everywhere and her vibrator was out. This bitch dirty.
She didn't clean the vibrator. God damn, she got no respect for nothing. Herself, this podcast.
Herself, her podcast.
Sanitizer
shit. Nothing. Hello.
Nah. Hey, welcome, man. Welcome. Glad you can make it.
I'm glad I can make it too.
Kevin Durant is sensitive. So okay,
not
obviously
his skin.
So yeah, he was ashy as hell. So
we even call that ashy? Because that was like fossilized skin.
Fam, it was like the surface.
I ain't never seen no shit like that in my life. Wasn't no oil or cream going to fix that shit.
It was the surface of Mars, man. Like that shit was
y'all remember desolate. That episode of the SpongeBob where that nigga needed water? And he was like,
dry as
well,
God.
That would be nice.
Your shit's dry.
Listen, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm trying to find it right now. So
hold on, well, let me tell you what he said though, because he's notorious for reading comments, negative comments about him. I don't know if you remember back in the day, somebody was talking about him on like Twitter or something, and he made a whole burner account to defend himself. So Kevin Durant is notoriously sensitive. Okay, so somebody was talking about how ashy his ankles were, and he was like, well, you look broke in your pictures. Guess how much money I made last week? And I was like, okay, yeah, it's kind of true. I would definitely trade my bank account for your bank account. If only I take is your ashiness, I would definitely trade bank accounts.
But the fact that you have that much money and you're that ashy is not a flex.
It's not. But then this is like, why? Just let it go, man.
And then you're opening yourself up for more harassment, because I don't know if people remember. Back in school when we know you're upset about something,
and you just keep going harder.
More. Yeah. It's like, oh, this really bothers you? Bet. Now it's gonna get worse for you.
Like, come on.
If I was him, I would not let it bother you, or you clowning yourself better than other people can, and then you good.
Now you know what was bad though.
He's the epitome of wake up and ball. I'm like, the nigga's legs should not look like the salt mines of Africa. I'm sorry, they shouldn't.
Salt mines.
He was looking crazy though.
Fam, you know what was bad though?
This is it right here. Right?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know it's that bad, y'all.
That's a damn crystallis. God damn.
Like, look, you got to like, man. There's no amount of there's no amount of lotion that holds that. There's no amount.
He was like, they call Kobe the Black Mamba. This the snake skin for you, Kobe. 24.
Right.
So bad.
God damn.
Holding me down. Nigga, put some shea butter on your shit.
But you know what? This is a way for him to get more money. I would literally have an endorsement deal because of my ass.
You took me right out my mouth.
Yes.
Get money, get your money. You obviously care about how much money you're worth and make. Nigga, if you won't get with if this had been Shaq's ass would have had some money. He would have.
You can see the ash. You can see the ash powder going off on his sock and his pants because he's so ashy. Like it's literally flaked off and it got the shit. That is
Shaq is probably like, look, I endorse Gold Bond. You might want to try some of this, my dude.
That nigga's ash ketchum. That is bad.
Ash ketchum.
God damn.
Bad.
Whatever lotion the Birdman got, baby, that's what he need. You know what I'm saying? That Birdman.
Like, he just showers, dries off, gets
he just air dry. I'm like,
that's bad, y'all.
Are you of color? Because the coloreds don't air dry. We don't air dry. We don't do that.
Ain't no.
They're gonna have to like inject his bloodstream with moisture or some shit. Like that needs to be from the inside out type of healing. Yeah, that ain't going. That's not a topical heal. He got to be in the ICU for a couple of months and have shit circulate through his body.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, that nigga ashy, but he's also filthy rich. So shout out to Kevin Durant.
He got to find his balance though, man. Man got to find that balance.
If I had to choose between ashy and that rich, I'm probably gonna take the ash.
I'm definitely taking the ash.
Like I don't want to be that ash.
You can fix the ash.
Yeah, I can fix that. Like
I would be
that is the question for Twitter. Be as rich as Kevin Durant for the rest of your life, or
ash
for that permanent ash. And the ash level is KD level ash. I couldn't do it.
Damn.
I couldn't do it. His skin probably bleed and shit.
Oh man.
and it's the winter, and you know when your shit get dry in the winter.
Yeah, or maybe he peels like a snake, and maybe we just caught him in the middle of some metamorphosis process.
Man, look, if he catch one cut on his leg, he's gonna bleed to death. Man. Like it's not even a question about it.
And I know his phone. I know his phone got his partners dragging him. If they're not real friends, they're not real friends if they're not dragging him.
And what's you gonna say about us? We rich too, nigga. You ashy ass.
Basically, your ashy ass. If I was LeBron, that's all I would say with your ashy ass. Because you ain't as rich as me, nigga.
Hey, yo, can you imagine them being at the free throw line? Like, yeah, brother. Gotta say, man, you ashy motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't have to say nothing. Him at the free throw line, I would just be like this, boy.
The international symbol of roasted. That's like the sign language symbol.
Right? This is a sign language. This is our This is our
one of those
roast.
Roasting.
Like it falls right in line with the head now.
Boy, you don't.
Oh, goddamn.
That's all I would have to hear, and I'd be like, "Time out, coach. I gotta stop. I gotta
go to the sideline.
I can't play right now. I can't do it. Nope. It hurt my heart.
Play right now. Not it hurt my heart.
Gee, what else we got, man?
All right, man. So
are you gonna ask real quick though? I think this would be a dope time to interview, I guess, man, because they've been friends of the show for a minute. We rock with y'all. Let me get in my professional interview. Oh. What was the genesis of the BLERDSEYE View brand and cultural phenomenon?
Oh shit. Well, those that know me know I'm really big on comics and gaming and anime and stuff. And I love talking about this stuff like to no end. It's just I literally would talk comics hours on end. And me and DC, we both went to the same media school. So I was looking for a partner, to talk about it and everything, because we started out as like a class project. And I said, I like how I'm doing this. I'm setting up these little pieces and talking about it for real quick. So let me try to find a partner. And then COVID hit. I was already kind of addressing it being called BLERDSEYE View. So I ended up, once COVID hit, I just said, it's only one way to make this work. I'm just going to jump out there and do it. And so I got out there, I got DC. me and Candy, we had been Facebook friends for quite a while, and it sounds like because we're work wife and work husband, so it sounds like when we first met. No,
as I'm judging you, like tell it right.
So we had been Facebook friends for a while, and as we were at Wizard World Cleveland, and separately, of course, and I had just did some interviews with some people and was just leaving the con, and I see somebody dressed as Penguin from Batman Returns, and I was like, man, I love your look. I love the costume, because she had the prosthetics and the whole nine. And she was dancing to Britney Spears because they were playing Britney Spears overhead. And her girls could not stop her from dancing. So I get home, I'm loading up my pictures and getting stuff together. And then I noticed she's putting up pictures. And I said, whoa, that was you? And she says, yeah. And I'm like, son of a bitch. And so we got to talking a little more. And I got her onto the show. It was the first show was female empowerment in comic books and media. Ew. And so I got her on, and it was such a great show. It went for like, 2.5 hours.
Definitely did. I was a bit drunk. I was having daddy issues that day. So it was a lot going on.
So it was, I think we did the show for like an hour and a half, but then after we stopped recording, we were doing another hour and a half of just us three chatting. And when we got off the line, me and DC was talking. He was like, man, yo, that was gold. I'm like, yeah, it was. So we invited her again a couple weeks later. And this time I recorded the entire thing. Now that one went a whole 3 hours. And so after that, I was like, it was so good and everything was going. I extended the hand out. I said, look, I got a proposition for you. And she gave me the eyeballs in the text. And I said, I want you on the team.
Because I'm used to it in my inbox. And I'm like, I bet you do.
I bet you do.
He ain't shit. Right. I was like, he ain't shit.
He ain't shit. Talk about a podcast. I know what you want.
So,
podcast.
But we've been hanging out. We've been doing our thing ever since then. We just been growing and having a lot of fun with it. We had some great guests on. We still keep getting good guests. We keep throwing out the topics that other people don't talk about, need to talk about, stuff like the one we have coming up next week, because we're back from Thanksgiving break, which is Christmas movie, holiday movies or not, so it's this whole debate about is Die Hard.
Die Hard, right?
So it's on the list. So we're talking about stuff like that, and we're just having fun with it, and we're just building our brand, and we're getting out more now that the world is opening up, provided that this third variant doesn't shut shit down.
Oh yeah.
So we're getting out there, and we're talking more, and we're dealing with some people and making things work. So
yeah, I know like BLERDSEYE View is definitely Chris's baby. And I always say that. So anytime I'm invited to be on something that someone else already started, I respect that as theirs, as long as they respect that I have ideas and maybe want to bring to the table too. And what makes it easy to be on the show now with them, it will be going on a year, at least with me on it, before we know it. And what's made it easy is I feel like my ideas are respected in little areas where I've seen for the individual shows Chris and DC do. I'm like, I'm not a certified image consultant, but I know how I like things to look or what people are looking for. So the changes that I've asked them to make have helped with their own numbers, has helped with the page that he primarily runs, because he primarily does BLERDSEYE View by himself. And from where it started when I first got to where he's at now, to the TikTok stuff he has coming, like it just excites me that he trusted me with a vision he had, on top of letting me help him with stuff that has nothing to do with me. Because if Chris voiceover stuff and everything else he has popping for him pops off, I'm just happy that he took like my advice. Like I don't need anything from it. I just like that you're able to respect and listen to my ideas, because we don't get that a lot, like women, especially women of color. It just doesn't happen often, especially in the real world. So in our hobby, trying to get out of our 9-to-5 type shit, I just really like when a man's like, please. Listen, because the way I'm quitting my job next year, the way I'm leaving,
They might have to.
I like that he trusted me and he's letting me grow there. And then the Candid Combos really branched off from that. Because had I not done this with you, I would not have been like, I think I can do this, by myself too. I think I can do something else other than post memes.
I love you, Candy.
Oh my God.
I love you, Candy.
This woman is the meme queen of Ohio. God damn. Listen, I lied to you not. There was one time I think I had just woke up, and I try not to get on social media as soon as I wake up. But you know, most mornings like that, I fail at that miserably. But anyway, I'm on my IG. It was like 10 memes, and it was like all you. I was like, what the? I'm like, am I on her page or something? Like, what? No, I'm on my regular feed.
My favorite is when people send me screenshots of like notifications on Facebook or something. I was like, it's like, oh, Brandy posted or Kid, and it's just like me over and over again. I was like, damn, I be posting like that. Because I'll post a whole bunch of shit, and then I'll go off. Like I'll be off social media for a couple of hours, and so I'll be like, it doesn't seem like it a lot to me because I'll spam you bastards, but to y'all, it's like, damn.
There's times there's times her me, and I'm starting to be really guilty of it, but there's times that her me is like a little out of control. I'm like, I text her, I said, you need to go to bed. You need to go to bed.
Believe it or not, there are some memes that I have saved that I'm like, I won't even post this shit. And they're like, they're bad. And there's not much I won't post, but some I'm like, nah, I laugh at it, but I'm like, I can't post this shit. Right. Like there was this one in reference to, I guess somebody called someone a little pig in some type of movie or something one time, but the caption was like, when a fat girl's like sucked you off and she's still sucking afterwards, and then like the caption was like, that'll do, little pig. Just like,
man.
Yeah, that's something. That is something. That's something she'll send to me in a message.
I was weak, but I said, I'm like, yo, wait a minute. I can't post this shit.
Can't do it. Can't do
some
it.
stuff you can't post.
That'll be all
like we kind of get she starts early. She gets it cranking out early.
But I do some motivational stuff too. It's the bullshit and the real shit. So I try to balance it.
I'm following suit, but she mixes it up.
I try.
Okay. Hilarious. Well, we enjoy you guys' content. It's funny because like my first I've been seeing Blurred's Eye View in a few. No, it's funny. It was last year, because I know it was around COVID. It was sometime last year. I don't know if it was middle last year, end of last year. I was thinking of names. I think I wanted to maybe change the name of the podcast or add an additional segment onto the Geek Salad podcast and name it something. I was like, I want to name it something with blurred in it, right? So I'm just like looking through different stuff, trying to see what's available. I was like, blurred sound like bird. Like, I could do Blurred's Eye View. That would be kind of fly or whatever. Search it. This Negro comes out.
This nigga.
Yeah. Oh man. I was like, that's dope. He beat me to it. I was like, yeah, let me hit this dude up. But yeah, man, we love what y'all doing. Keep rocking and all of that good shit. G, what else we got?
All right, y'all. So again, BLERDSEYE, check them out. And we'll make sure to get y'all social attacks, all the good shit, right? But I gotta ask y'all, have y'all seen Hawkeye yet?
Yes.
Have not. Y'all can talk about it though. I ain't watched it yet. Damn, you watched it twice?
Well, yeah, I watched it. You know, I gotta stay on it.
Yeah, it's true.
I gotta watch it, but then my wife, she watches it later. So I'm like, when I'm supposed to go to sleep, I'm looking like good, ain't it? You know, so I'm watching it with. I've watched that amongst a bunch of other stuff that came out this week. It's crazy. But yeah.
So what's your honest opinion about the show so far? I got mine, but I want to hear y'all's first.
I'm enjoying it. Hawkeye is definitely damaged goods. Clint is damaged goods, which we know. They're paying a lot of homage to Matt Fraction's run on Hawkeye, which is really good. We get Lucky the Pizza Dog finally, and I like Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop. I'm really liking what she's doing with that role so far. I mean, Marvel really has not steered me wrong in what going on 12 years now. Even in their missteps, it's not nearly as bad as the missteps as Nucci. You know, something going on there, Warner Brothers. They don't seem to get it, but I like what they're doing with it. The Tracksuit Mafia, and I'm wondering if who I think will show up. I hope it does, because that will really kind of put it over the top.
How many episodes are they?
It's going to be 6.
Okay, that's not bad.
And they showed the first 2 the first night it premiered. So
they do like 40, 50 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, definitely damaged good. Hawkeye is damaged good. This man has been beat up. He done been through wars. He done saved the universe like 4 or 5 times.
Man just wants to be with his family.
Yeah. Superheroes don't get days off, apparently. So there's 2 episodes in. I'm liking it so far. I'm wanting to see. I'm thinking the mother is more to the mother character in the show. You know what I'm saying? I think they're setting it up to be like the fiance is the bad guy, but I don't think he's the bad guy because he's so obviously the bad guy. I think they're gonna do one of those little twisty.
It's actually knowing Kate Bishop's backstory, they changed it a little bit.
Right. Okay.
Because in the comics, her father is a piece of shit. Despite coming from
that always makes for a great character. Nobody's a great character with good parents.
Yeah, so in this one, her father dies early. Her mother is still around. And yes, the fiance is a bad guy. He's the swordsman. And I like to see to see who else the mother, what other tie she has into it to see what's going on. I want to see. I will say this. Kate's apartment was depressing as hell. I'm like, damn, girl. Like, is that
like you're supposed to be rich? Like, why does your apartment look like this?
Like, do you have a table from a diner in your apartment with it?
She said that's how I had saved money. I don't spend it on shit.
New York is expensive. Shit, you live in a warehouse.
Not New York is expensive. Old boy had a banging ass apartment, Daredevil. I liked his little place. I was like, this is cute.
He got that brownstone. That's why.
Right. I was just like, this isn't
nigga
bad.
ain't blind.
That's how I felt. I was like, don't believe it, Dawson. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. He ain't blind. He got you in his brownstone apartment in New York talking about, it's been crazy. Mm-hmm.
And you in Hell's Kitchen. I'm like, boy, you just
right.
How you making money handle feels like that? But yeah, I like they definitely changed some of her backstory, which I'm actually kind of glad because and I'm doing a TikTok on that actually, but there's some darkness to her backstory other than her father being a piece of shit. It's a lot of other stuff. I like the callback to 2012 when
that was cool.
I like that callback where
that was dope.
Everything's happening around it because they live in a penthouse and the Shatari is going on and this whole thing is exploding around them. And then what she sees in the distance is a ship coming towards her. It blows up, and who she see on a building that's several blocks down, not that far down, but she sees Hawkeye. She's the only hero she sees. And I think that's dope that she's enamored with that. This guy saved my life and doesn't even know it, so now she's kind of stuck in that mode. But I like their little back and forth there. It's almost a buddy cop thing.
Oh yeah,
it's definitely a buddy cop vibe there, and I like that. She's very much awestruck that Hawkeye is like.
You know what took me out about that part though? The fact that she's like 22, and I'm like, okay, wow, she's a whole adult now. And I was thinking to myself, damn, if I had a kid in high school, I could have a 22-year-old daughter. And I instantly felt old as shit.
Yeah,
I was like, what is going on with life?
He started to age right when he realized that.
This is some bullshit.
even Clint was like, oh, jeez.
I'm about to go buy a luxury car or something. I need to have a midlife crisis.
Not a luxury car. That is funny as fuck that you said that because I was feeling kind of old babysitting somebody who was younger, and out of nowhere I was just like, I just feel like I need like a Benz or something like some type of luxury car, or maybe it was a sports car. And my son was like, "Why are you even thinking about that?" I said, "I don't know." And I said, "Oh my God, is this what it's like when you're about to be 40 and you just feel like I need like a grown-up car all of a sudden?" I'm like, "No, I don't. My kid has been just
my life."
Yeah, right. That's what I felt. I need a change.
I need to get change. Like the old people say, I need to get back right with God. You know what I'm saying? I need to get that right.
Oh my God.
Get that right.
That's what they be saying. They're like, look, I'm about to die. I probably need to get back together.
I need to do something, man.
Let me get this last horde of my system.
You know what I'm saying? Just let me drink my last Arizona tea. It's funny.
Man,
listen. Did y'all see that on that show Atlanta? They had like a little commercial built into the show
for Arizona tea.
Yes, the dude goes. It's a brother. He goes and gets the can out, and he takes it to the register, and the guy rings it up. He's like, "All right, that'll be $150." The dude is like, "It says 99 cents on the can." And the dude was like, "Let me ring it up again." Rings it up again. It's like $1.50, and they just like looking at each other like we don't know what the hell is going on. Like Arizona tea has been 99 cents since the 90s, bro.
Since it came out. Definitely, right. Let me look at this can. Let me see if they
always 99 cents.
Somebody's lying. Everything's inflated now.
No, they ain't got nothing on here now. But they're trying to be slick. Like a sign closer to the bottom. But that's why we liked them. I was like, damn, I can get like a watermelon tea. It had to be watermelon, right? I had to get a watermelon tea for just $1. Not no more.
That's a lot to quench my thirst right here.
And it's still hitting though. I ain't gonna lie. I had to
get
these bitches. Oh
the
my
Mike and
God.
Mike's. Hold on. Can I get in here?
They are so good.
Half and half. The Arnold Palmer.
Wait a minute. Is it light?
The Arnold Palmies.
Okay. Why can't I find the original one? Because the original one did not exist anymore.
You gotta go to the hood. The hood convenience store.
Spots.
Gotta go to the hood.
Yeah,
and as they say, if you get some in the hood, it's got to be good. If it's looking ran down, it's if you get food in the hood, it hits.
Oh no, that's different. Like we talking about food. All right.
You know,
like gas stations. I'm not finna go there. No, gas stations in the hood. No,
there's always somebody walking with a limp.
For you, not for me.
Nobody has a regular walk at the gas station in the hood.
Corned beef sandwiches from the gas
nobody has a regular like mug. Like
no, none of it.
You get food from the gas station.
I have.
We're talking about snacks though. The hood snacks.
No, you said corned beef from the gas station.
I said corned beef. Corned beef.
Oh, you're talking about food.
Yeah, in the hood.
No, sir.
Some of them hit. Some of them hit though.
East 55th.
Because you know how in the hood, if your food is trash, it ain't gonna be. Oh well, I'm gonna write a carefully worded review on Yelp. Like, no, they gonna tell you to your face your shit is trash, bro. Like, you gotta have good food.
I will go into like a hole in the wall place, but I ain't gonna go to like a gas station to get food. I got a thing against eating actual food at gas station, snacks, whatever. But the food that just be there kind of heated up. No.
This spot they keep it. They keep
dude at the gas station be like, "Hey, ain't you Candy B? I follow you on Instagram. You got $12. Look, I only need $12. I gotta
and I'm just like, unhand me, you black.
What have you done?
I need $12. $12.
As soon as somebody comes to you and like starts scratching,
unhand me, you cat.
No.
I
bougie anyway because I live on the west side, so I'll be like, ugh, no.
Bro, I automatically.
That is my favorite thing to tell people downtown. East Cleveland, where you stay, west side.
West side. I automatically become the brokest nigga on the planet. Like, I ain't got it. As soon as I see you coming, I ain't got it.
I ain't got it.
The fact that I had to teach my son that because he was downtown with me to help decorate the bar I work at for Christmas. I was like, you want to make a little money? Come with me, decorate, whatever. And then we walk off. You know where East 4th is, Chris. We walk out that way, but you know, there's always them. Let me holla at you guys. The flower and I told my son, I said, hey, look, don't make eye contact. I said, sometimes you got to juke like around them.
Very important.
You got to pick. Yeah, I said, can't do that. I said, anything they talk about, even if it sounds like they'll try to take something you got on. Like, hey, I like that Spider-Man hoodie, young blood. No, don't take the bait for shit. And then one of the dudes talk about, because I had posted about it on Facebook, and he was like, you in love? You want to buy some flowers from the lady? I said, the lady is his fucking mom. No, he's not in love. Like,
you in love?
That's what he said. He said, you in love?
He used every hustle he could in the book.
I'm glad my mom wasn't young back in the day, because I'd have hated that shit. I wouldn't have went nowhere with my mom. Like, oh my God.
You would have went nowhere.
Nowhere. I mean, Mom, look, don't even leave the house. I got you. What you want?
No, he lets me leave the house. He'll just have moments where he says, you can stay in the car. And I'm like,
yeah, stay your hips in the car, man. I don't need this type of stress, Mom. Okay,
not this type of stress.
But no, kids is always watching you, because last time I went to 7-Eleven, a dude approached me like that on some, I need some money shit. and I had my 4-year-old with me. So as soon as I saw the dude coming up, and you know how it be, like I'm like, all right, I already got it in my mind or something. Like, oh, I ain't got nothing. I kept moving, and I look at my 4-year-old while he look at the dudes. I was like, I ain't got it. I was like. Nigga, what is you
call him at the young age?
I was like, what?
No.
Yes.
He done seen me do it so many times, man.
I ain't got it.
I ain't got it. I ain't got it. The little, so this little nigga is hilarious.
I ain't got it.
Hey, you got to, because they'll just be persistent. And I'm like, yeah, no, let me teach you why you still at this age.
It's hood politics.
No, it is.
Politics.
There's just a certain way
politics.
you do. You get all the gas you can. At least I tell the females, get the gas you need on the safe side of town. You do not want to be getting gas after the sun sets at any ghetto ass gas station.
Now that's a gas station.
Right.
You don't be there at night.
No,
that is always
as
something.
soon,
pop
I'm
up.
just like,
no,
everything changed when you start driving when the sun set. Gun store, liquor store, like, no, crackhead baby.
No, side note, hey, let's talk about that for a second, because that is some low key bullshit. Like I think the first time I realized that, before I want to say that was Chappelle that had that joke, right? He was like, gun store, liquor store. Before I even saw that, I was like 10. And my mom let me go on a trip with the chorus or the band in elementary school to New York or whatever. Still surprised she let me go, but shout out to mom, because that was a dope trip. But as soon as we got to Harlem, we had passed by Apollo, and legit it was gun store, liquor store, gun store, liquor store, gun store, liquor store. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I knew something was wrong with that at 10 years old. That the shit is zoned, but only certain areas, and the areas they let it be in is our neighborhoods. That shit is insane, bro. Yeah. Like,
it's the same thing with the food. They have like literal food deserts. And I don't care what anybody says. We all know that redlining is still very much a thing, but it's just not talked about and attacked in the same manner. And they're fine with having some of the stores that I like going to, like Fresh Times and markets and all that stuff, where you can really get the shit that we need to be eating instead of the bullshit. So I'm like, y'all don't need a Popeyes and a Burger King on every other corner. Right. There needs to be options, and I know there can be better in this neighborhood, but y'all not doing it.
I've been on Candy's side of the town plenty of times. If I wanted some rallies, I would not find one. But if I was on my side of town, you probably spot about 3 or 4 of them bastards. Every
I'm like, we'll have a Starbucks and a Swenson's.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's about
it.
That shit sound bougie.
Right. No.
Hey, look, they run out to your car. They'll jog out and they'll be like, "Hey, are you ready to order?" And I was like, "Cause you know, we used to people coming to the bar. Hold on. Oh, my bad. I was like, get back up in the car. What's going on? I rolled down the window. I cracked the window, because you know how we do. I cracked the window. I said yes.
What you
and
want?
He was like,
yes.
I came to their establishment. We're talking about yes. Like, what's up? What you want?
You know what I'm saying?
They're like, no, that's just how you order. And I said, oh, okay. Like,
I will.
I have no clue.
Yeah, I'm from Akron originally, and that's where Swenson's originally started. And
that was LBJ.
Yeah, that was literally like the spot everybody would go to, like Friday, Saturdays. Yeah, they
the whites be out at Swenson's. They love that place. That parking lot is like packed like love. They love that place.
Yo, they was coming to like the predominantly white high school kids and everybody.
They love that place.
Up Swenson's, you wouldn't believe.
But the customer service is that of Chick-fil-A, so I ain't mad at it, because I don't like anybody with an attitude serving me my food unless they work at Popeyes. If you nice and you work at Popeyes, my food ain't gonna taste the same when I get it. So I need you to have a little bit of an attitude working at Popeyes.
That's the extra seasoning on it.
It is.
That's all.
They be like,
we out of chicken. It's gonna be 15 minutes.
I like that they just order when you're ready.
You want it or not. Right. You want it or not.
All right, you want it or not. Right.
All right, Miss Gladys. My bad.
right.
I'm just hungry right now. I'm sorry.
Even check my bag when I leave places like that. I'm like, I don't want you mad at me for checking my bag at the window. I just take what I give for the bag. Like, thank you.
Right.
Whatever's in here gonna be hidden.
Whatever's in here is gonna be right.
So
I'll deal with it.
We do the same thing at the job. Like, I've been working in the hospital field for a long time, and there was a woman I used to work with. Her name was, no lie, her name was Bessie. Miss Bessie would make the grits.
Of course she would.
For the main kitchen.
Did she have a little thing under the hall?
Yeah, she was an older black lady.
Fat,
she was the older black lady. Miss Bessie would sit there and make them grits with the butter sitting on top of them. Everybody was getting them grits. They tried to say, "Oh, that's not healthy." I'm like, "We don't give two shits about that. That's how y'all get business, ain't it? Be in a hospital."
We're like, "What does that mean?"
Don't get
That's
them
not
grits.
healthy. We want some shit to be good.
She went on vacation for like 2 weeks. Somebody else made them grits. Them joints was dry as fuck, man.
I'd be devastated to have some dry
Like
ass. But I ain't had nobody fuck up grits in a minute, and nor do I want fucked up grits. No.
All right, so hold on. Sweet or savory grits?
Savory grits, ho. You already know. Gang, gang.
Savory.
You gotta.
How about you?
Look, I'll walk the line. To be honest with you, I'll take them both ways as long as they good.
That's what I'm saying. Me too.
So you saying you want that white sugar in your grits? That's what you're saying, my brother?
Come on, brother.
I
Couldn't
put
be
salt
brown
and
sugar?
pepper.
Look, either Malcolm X dabbled with the white before he came to the light. What we talking about?
Which is problematic as fuck, but ain't nobody gonna say that shit. But that's
Snowflake.
problematic.
But he married him. He married a sister though. He came to his
Martin
senses.
Luther King.
Why is it problematic?
No.
Wait. Wait, hold on. What happened? What's problematic?
Make it balanced out.
No, these were great.
Sprinkle.
They just dabbled, man. You know what I'm saying? They come.
I
was gonna be right back.
Right, basically, I was coming back home.
I'll be right back.
Look, and Candy's not gonna deny this. Even Christopher Jamal Evans.
Christopher Jamal.
That's
different.
See, there you go.
That's different.
That's different.
That's something completely different.
Right. Shout out to Christopher Jamal Evans. Okay. I don't know who that is. Look that up.
So
I'm just going away. I'm like, oh, they must all know who that is. I don't know who it is. I'm just laugh like I know.
Yo, I remember the video, right?
Actually, it's actually Chris Evans.
Yeah.
It's actually Chris Evans. That's his middle name.
The video
Jamal.
where
his middle name is Jamal. Real shit.
Oh,
wow, that is
everything makes sense now.
So when we would see those videos where I'm just like, I know he ain't talked to no black girl like that when he did that jog. I was like,
what? He had the whole vibe and everything.
I said, where did he grow up? Like, did he really grow up in like Brooklyn or Queens? Like, where did he grow up?
Boston.
Oh, well, that's a toss up because what's his name that just got back with J-Lo? Because he's like, well, yeah, the Wahlburger brothers did some.
She said Wahlburger. Wahlburger.
The Wahlburger brothers. That's all I know them for now. I would have never known they family would go into a burger place, but I ain't never been to it downtown. They open it up, and I don't know what it's hitting for.
Yeah, me neither.
I heard it was just
That's ridiculous, man. Oh my God, so much. How do we get here? I have no idea how we got here.
This is what happens when you just let us talk. Speaking of letting us talk, where are you guys located again?
I am in Virginia, Southeast Virginia, and G is in Charlotte.
Okay, so y'all ain't too far from each other. So y'all gonna be hitting a con up next year? Like we all got to see each other? Like what?
Definitely. I was hoping y'all could come to BLERDCon, man. But
no, I'm coming.
No, I mean this past year. I was hoping.
Yeah, we were lame, so we couldn't.
But y'all definitely going next year?
We were too busy.
No, for real.
Y'all going?
Yeah, we're going next year.
What's up? Yeah, gotta go.
So we're gonna have to meet up, like for real.
Yes, sir.
I'm down for that, man.
And play like drinking games, and you ain't bitching out, Chris.
Oh, wait a minute.
You heard
I'm just kidding. I wanted to attack you for no reason. I'm just kidding.
I feel attacked.
God damn.
Lord, I married a villainess. What am I expecting?
Just kidding.
No, I'll drink. She knows I drink. I don't do drunk. That's the difference.
Right. And I'm like, there's no fun of drinking if you're not going to get drunk. I'm so sorry. Sorry to sound like an alcoholic, but I just
it just feels better. As long as you're alcoholic with other people, it's all good. You know, if I can
I don't just be
with others,
I fit in.
I'll be by myself passed out on the floor. Right? As my son's like, Mom, it's been 5 days. You're like, just get up. Right? I have to go to school. Get up.
Leave me alone.
I'm hungry.
Christopher
always
Jamal
whining about
your daddy.
Christopher Jamal.
Just like your damn daddy, you ain't.
Just like I ain't gonna lie, I hit him with that shit one time, and after I said it, I said, "Oh my God, what have I?"
No.
It was funny too because it's the way his face contoured. I was like, damn, I want to deck you in your shit. What happened? I said, looking like yo daddy. And he was like, what did I do? And I was like, you didn't do anything, honey. It's just your face is shared, unfortunately. So there's just moments you remind me of my ex-husband, and it's just tragic. That's all. I don't even like that nigga. I just posted a meme that said, with share anybody listening. I don't. Anybody listening that does like co-parenting or anything, for me, co-parenting rules, it's like, of course, respect one another. Don't say nothing crazy about the other parent, like around the kid. Like you don't want that bullshit. Or even online where they can be like, oh, this is what your mama said about me or dad. Like, I just feel like I don't play that game. So I don't even, but other than that, I don't feel like there should be talking. So I don't even like him being like, happy Thanksgiving. Don't talk to me.
Right.
Like, don't talk
Cut
to
that
me.
line like,
what do you want?
I don't like it. Like, I don't. So I don't understand people that are like, oh, me and my ex are friends. Why?
This is not
like
Will
how?
and Jada.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't get me started on Will and Jada.
How sway?
I'm happy that like got put on blast like it did though, because one, I ain't gonna lie, I can respect their transparency because a lot of us go through shit in our personal lives or even in marriages or relationships that we would never want aired out, that anybody could judge us. I know I got plenty of shit people could judge me off of. And I'm glad also they never, at least in my opinion, from interviews or anything else, have ever acted like they were the peak couple to aspire to. It's just something that we did in the community. And I'm like, no, they're like anybody else, fucked up like anybody else. So I like that this came out in that way, because child, this business.
But they might want to step back. I'm like, hey, you don't say shit else.
Yeah, don't say nothing else, because goddamn.
Shut that up.
Goddamn.
Nothing.
I don't know who they PR is, but I'd be like, hey, we can sell this book, Will, without you talking anymore. Right. Don't say anything else. Let them just read the book and leave it alone, because there is no way this doesn't affect your marriage somehow, some way. There's no way. Like this internet bullshit affects everybody in different ways. I could only imagine if I had the followers they have, and every day somebody's at me or the memes or something every fucking day.
Right.
And they're very active on social media because they've decided to be. They kind of pivoted their careers to be more on Will does his YouTube stuff. And they're both on it, and the Red Table Talk on Facebook. So you're not going to avoid it. But I'm like, I would just be trying to protect myself and my husband. Like, let's just decide not to say anything else. After this book comes out, we just gonna lay as low as possible. Right. Because goddamn, maybe
you go back to being July 4th, please. Just don't say shit else.
Shut the fuck up. Like, I ain't never seen nothing like it. He just did an interview talking about when after he was cheated on, he had so much sex that he started to have
psychogrammatic,
to like having an orgasm or something. And I was like, Willard, excuse me. Shut up.
But you know what though?
Put that Philly nigga.
Let me ask you this,
please.
You stupid. Let me ask you this though. When he was talking about when he got cheated on, he wasn't talking about like the whole August Alsina thing, was he?
No. He was talking about like the first time it happened, which I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, if this is not the first time you've been cheated on, I could understand if you have a bit of a complex or inferiority complex when it comes to other men, especially getting with somebody like Jada, who at that time, for you younger kids that might be listening or watching, the type of woman Jada is and was then made more sense for her to be with a Tupac than a Will Smith. Right. That just made more sense. So, and then you're typically looking at people like Tupac as, you know, the real niggas, and you looking at Will Smith as Mr. Hollywood. So that kind of respect wasn't going to be there. And I could understand him too, saying he was very jealous of Pac. So it was like, he couldn't even extend, he said like an olive branch or try to be friends or whatever, even though the girl is with you. Like, and you still caught up on Pac. She literally chose you. I'm pretty sure she could have been with him if she wanted to. They obviously chose not to be with each other. Let that shit go.
I think just what bothered him the most was that Red Table conversation, and she was talking about the August Alsina thing. And I'm like, yeah, y'all had an open thing going on, but that probably should have been off limits.
That probably was not supposed to ever make it public. So August running his mouth probably fucked that shit up.
Oh yeah,
because
he violated the side dude contract and destroyed.
Because I bet you
like,
Will
nigga, you don't say that
probably
shit.
Cared more that it went public than it happened. Because after seeing those pictures with him and Margot Robbie, and knowing for fact for years there's been rumors about you having an open relationship, ain't no way Jada been the only bitch you've been fucking the last 20 years.
Oh no,
exactly. Mr. Action Star, it's like if you was one of the things that he is, you would get girls throwing panties at you. If you was a rap star, if you was a TV star, Any of that. Or you just a regular dude and you got money. Throwing draws.
Oh, you know what? We'll
He's all for those
We'll
things.
take money away because we all know that in our separate neighborhood, you've seen a guy that was over 6 foot, light skinned, brown, or whatever, and the bitches be on him.
That's what I'm saying.
When you add on everything else. So you're right. Like,
ain't no way it was just Jada that he was.
There was no way. And then you on movie sets and shit for 4 months, 6 months at a time. You out in the country and shit. You always kissing on a new bitch, Ava Mendez, Margot Robbie. Get the fuck out of here.
August Alsina messed up their whole arrangement, bro. Because they had an open relationship for
side
years.
Dude contract.
Everybody knew it.
The side dude contract.
Who does that?
But you know what? Side note, that lets me know. That was some BNS. Jada is up there. Jada's up there then with Erykah Badu and Rihanna and just women. I figured that pussy bomb because this nigga went crazy. So. He just went crazy and told all your business. Yeah. So it's gotta be. It's gotta be because you got Will stressed out. August is stressed out.
That nigga messed the whole situation up. Will Smith, he gave me his blessing to be. And I'm sure Will Smith Will's probably like, look, man, do what you do. I don't want to hear about it, but you do what you do.
Exactly.
And we can have a drink as bros. You know, do what you do. That nigga, they gonna say the shit out in public. So now Will Smith got to try to act like he all hurt and all this. He's only hurt that it's out. He doesn't care. This is not the first dude that she's been with since they got married. Like, come on, man. Like, let's be for real.
Definitely not.
It's
and I saw pictures with her and like Wesley Snipes and some other people. I was like, what? When did Jada and Wesley Snipes happen? Where the fuck were we at? Yeah. But you know, they had social media wasn't a thing then.
Like it was who it is now.
We didn't know.
That's crazy right there, y'all.
Anyway, he's with
the church. He with the grandma.
He said that was very grandma. That was very the grandma.
That's that church grandma that came on. Baby.
You heard, baby?
Don't make no sense. Yo.
Not the type of family I want. That's why them kids like that now.
Yeah,
but
quiet as kept.
But y'all remember though, man, they were like, oh, you know, our kids are free, you know, we let them do this, whatever they want. They want to cut their hair off or don't go to school. I'm like, man, y'all just living free. In our household, just do whatever you want. Everybody just do whatever.
And then with the access and money they have and no one telling you no, I'm just like, and now as much as we used to joke, I think more so 3 or 4 years ago that Jaden and Willow were going to be all fucked up. To me, they seem more even now than what they were then.
They're probably just like, I'm going to step back from this.
Yeah, I think they're looking at their parents like, y'all ain't it. Because Will said he was hurt when basically they wanted to emancipate themselves from their parents. But I'm like, well, they get to experience y'all in a way that we don't even see. And from what we've seen, we don't even want y'all being our parents. So
see, Trey don't say shit.
Trey
don't say shit.
That's the oldest son, right?
Yeah, that's the oldest one from his first wife.
Yeah,
so he probably like, we see that cat on the street, we wouldn't know who he is. You know, he like,
why you playing?
Like, you look kind of.
No,
Trey's so out of the way.
See you later.
Trey said, I do not want the bullshit at all. I don't blame him.
He's smart.
I'm gonna get if I
smart.
Yeah, right.
That boy's smart, man.
I'd stay out of the way. Like, y'all got it. Willow and Jaden got it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let them be the essential ones.
Yeah, I
my hair back and forth.
That song was hard. It's still on my playlist.
That shit, I can't front that shit. I hated it.
It was bang. It was a bang.
I was definitely like 30 or something. I was like, this shit kind of hard, man. I can't.
Now he said I was definitely 30 at that time.
Shit. God damn, this shit kind of go kind of. I'm like, I kind of like this shit. G, what else we got, man?
All right, man. They kind of put us back on track, y'all. So
impossible with the
but hey, it's fun though. It's fun. Though.
We do.
No, yeah, this your show. Jump back in, shut us up at any time.
No, we like it though. What else we got though?
It shakes, it shakes shit up, man. But they kind of like pick it back off of Hawkeye. Really, Scott, the man who created so many dope ass shit over the years, came out of his mouth, full foot in mouth, talking about how superhero movies are bullshit. So I want to share with y'all what he said. So according to the filmmaker, superhero movies are simply fucking boring as shit. Their scripts are not fucking good. I think they've done 3. Well, I think I've done 3 great superhero movies. Blase. So they kind of piggyback off of that conversation. Do we think that the superhero bubble is going to burst anytime soon? Do you think really is out of pocket or just a cranky old ass white man?
This is a cranky old ass white man hating nigga shit. That's what this is.
With his bitch.
It was like, look.
You're adding that to the end.
And all the 3 movies he's mentioned are good. Watched them all. I grew up on these joints. However, I don't think superhero movies are boring unless you're Warner Brothers. Other than that, I don't have a problem with them. The real burst was back in the 90s because they were just putting out any fucking thing and letting it stick. Barbed Wire, League of Extraordinary.
Ooh, you finna leave Barbed Wire alone.
Come on, we know.
Come on,
we
like,
know.
You finna leave that
we know.
alone.
Come on.
There's aspects to each of these movies like Spawn. Everybody loves Spawn because of Michael Jai White.
Exactly.
Everything surrounding it though,
terrible.
Trash.
Cheesy as shit.
Special effects.
Yeah.
It was pretty cheesy. No, but him and John Leguizamo.
John
his
Leguizamo.
performance was
They made
fantastic.
John Leguizamo,
he was on point. He was scary.
Yeah.
Like
those two,
really good.
that's what made the movie.
Right.
But stuff like Barbed Wire, you were getting Pamela Anderson at the height of her career, and you just working that angle. You had
my computer charger really quick. Keep talking.
You had the Batman films, which as they got further along, they got worse.
Bad nipples,
bad crotch, Batman card.
You're getting things that didn't make sense. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which I've read the series. It was a great series.
Oh yeah, man.
The movie could have been way. It wasn't. The movie wasn't horrible, but there was certain aspects. That's what when you have a movie. And James Bond just says, you know what, fuck this. I don't want to act ever again. Because Sean Connery retired from acting after that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
wow.
Mm-hmm.
So to see movies like what we get now, especially coming out from Marvel, yeah, I don't see it bursting. Only because if you look at the dynamic that Marvel and the whole company, that Disney, Marvel, Kevin Feige, everything that they're putting together has not been done before.
Exactly.
Warner Brothers, they're trying to some degree. I don't know, but and don't get me wrong, not all DC films are horrible. It's just they can't seem to get off the launch pad right now. But I don't see the bubble getting ready to burst. When you have Marvel getting ready to go into the fucking multiverse, which means anyone and anything can go down now. I'm with that. Nobody's been able to do that before. Nobody's been able to sit up there and say, okay, before Kevin Feige said it in an interview, he says, prior to this, we didn't need a whiteboard to keep up with everything. People kind of like came in the room, they came together, they knew what to do. So if you're using Cap in this movie over here, but then he makes an appearance over here for something, it has to line up. It got to line up. When you have Peter Parker who's showing up at the age of 8 in Iron Man 2, and then you see him literally 8 years later in his own film, and you understand why he has this obsession with Tony Stark, is because he's the kid that Tony Stark saved in Iron Man 2. It lines up. Maybe that was a happy accident. I don't know, but it was fucking brilliant. And now you're going into the multiverse. Hey, let's make a show about one of our villains who's not really a villain. And let's open up the door to the multiverse. Now you got Loki. Then you got WandaVision. Then you got Falcon and Winter Soldier. Now you're getting Hawkeye. Nobody's been able to do this. And it's a whole new territory now. And I'm here all for it. I don't see it bursting no time soon.
And even if it does, I'm okay with Marvel burning out and maybe before I die, DC having a nice run. So I would even be like okay with them being like, all right, we'll tag you guys in because we've literally ran the last 60 years. Right. Here you go before we start rebooting the Avengers again. Here you guys go. And I'd be fine with that. I think probably what Mr. Scott is experiencing, because he just went off about the last Duel movie. I think he did not doing too well. And it went from, it's interesting that you brought this older comment up because now he's blaming millennials and cell phones for why his movie didn't do well. And then he literally
How about you just punch up your script?
He mentions, hey, I'm pretty sure the movie was great because I plan on watching it because I do like films where I feel like, oh, you guys had to do some real thespian-esque acting. I like that every once in a while, but you then list off what you're saying audiences want, as you don't give the audience what they want and then complain that they didn't show up. So you either are doing it for the art of it, or you actually really care. Because some of these people that have said this over the years, him, I think Scorsese and someone else, y'all have already cemented yourselves. Y'all don't need the money. You don't need the clout. So at this point, it's just your fucking ego. You don't like that you can't be $100 million box office weekend, or you can't do 300 million off of, you know, something like The Departed. That wouldn't do the numbers like that now.
Yeah, like that.
And now you're mad. And I'm sorry, you've had your fucking time. It's not that deep.
I don't get upset when you do another. I don't get upset at Scorsese when he does another film with De Niro and Pacino. I don't care.
I mean, he literally just did with The Irishman on Netflix. So it's like, which got critical acclaim. So it's like, and then it's like, if you're going to complain about something, and this is what they really don't want to get into, as I make this kind of like a racist feminist thing, it's interesting that these same old white men don't care that nothing but old white men are making these movies as far as directing and writing. Y'all don't care. You want something different? Start hiring different people in the positions of power so they can have a different eye to see something different to give, instead of being like, well, why aren't you okay with what I put out? What I put out should still do the numbers it did in 87 and 96. And you gotta
look at the genre that these two guys do.
Right.
Scorsese does a lot of mafia-esque type films. And there's nothing wrong with that. Those are dope movies. Scorsese and Scott does like these dystopian future alien type sci-fi movies. And those are good too. Superhero films is not your genre. So to say that, oh, these movies suck, I'm like, no, they just don't fit your
well, I think it's their egos. It's just what's running shit right now, and you're upset because you're not the top dog that people go to anymore. Right. I'm sorry, like, you had your pocket of time in the 80s or the 90s when whatever you were putting out, that's what was hidden. And it's funny, then you weren't complaining like, oh, people just want these alien movies. You weren't complaining because you were getting the money, you were getting the job. So, and I don't think anybody back then was just like, oh, these alien movies or whatever. People were just letting people do their shit. Right. Now you're upset because this has literally done something you guys weren't able to do for this long. And this is changing the framework of society. Like, this is something that is bigger than you. And that's what superheroes were supposed to be. This is why people always dress up and go to hospitals to see children as Iron Man or Wonder Woman, because this is what it's supposed to elicit. It's supposed to be joyful. It's supposed to spark this hope in people that they can be larger than life in their everyday life. And not that certain movie characters that he mentioned and made don't do the same thing, but it's just not on the same level where it can do that for children and adults. There's not a lot of children that are going to be watching those type of movies like Blade Runner shit. There's just
I'm in the children's wing in the hospital. I want to see Ray Liotta.
Yeah, no.
It's funny you say that. It's
Godfather. Like,
I can see Ridley Scott like sending a xenomorph from Aliens to the kids hospital. I sent one of my characters over there.
I'm like,
you sent the queen to kill me.
You gave that young man a heart attack.
I think that's what it is, though. I think that's like what they're upset about. It is nothing but an ego thing, because if they were giving us trash, like if 80% of what was being given to us TV show and movie were trash, this would not have been able to go on. But ever since Robert Downey Jr. baby came through and showed up and showed out for Iron Man, and for anybody listening and shit too, I'm not saying that I'm ignoring the greatness that I felt like was done with Blade and anything else before them, but I'm saying for when it really did go down, Robert Downey Jr. was perfect for so many different reasons. And from, what was that, 2007 or 8? And from then on, it's been nonstop ever since. That's impressive as fuck.
He was born to play Iron Man.
He was fucked literally up, y'all.
If you know his life outside of acting, you just like, yo, dude, he fits this narrative.
He was drugged
on top of the fact, he was drugged out. He was an alcoholic, just like Tony Stark. Like,
like this nigga stayed in trouble
on the earth.
Nigga always was getting arrested for DUIs and under the influence. Like, this nigga's eyes stayed bloodshot.
Pretty much. It was I forget his name, the guy that plays Happy.
John Favreau.
Yeah. He was saying he had been shipping Robert for a long time, because he's like, he was just one of the people that was going to be able to do it effortlessly because his life is so fucked up. And that was like his pitch. And I'm like, that's smart. And he's one of those few actors that I don't ever feel like he's acting. And I loved him as Sherlock too, because I just didn't feel like it was a forced thing. I'm like, you and Watson, you and Jude Law, I could buy this. I would watch this, like seasons of this as a show.
I want more of that.
Yeah.
Those movies were hard. I don't care what nobody say, especially when he was slow motion beat somebody's ass. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. I'm like, oh,
Perry to the solar plexus.
This was like, so great.
Fucking say Perry. Who says that anymore?
Perry and me. What?
I feel English. Wait a minute.
It was doing it.
So, right. And I'll say this too, y'all, because it's like to what he was saying, how I guess these movies are being saved by special effects. Like, look at Kick-Ass, look at Joker.
I love Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Two different types of superhero movies. It's just expanding the genre overall, especially the Joker. That was more of a dirty, like it made you feel some type of way watching that movie. That's how this man was getting deeper.
Did you guys watch it twice? Did you watch it more than once?
Oh, yeah. I didn't see it one time.
I watched.
I could only watch it once. I was like, I can't do that twice.
I watched it twice, and to be honest, I was speaking to a guy the other day, and he was talking about how it was shot, and I said, if they shot it on purpose, the way they shot it, that's fucking brilliant, because they show that here's this guy, he's on medication. Catch it, he's on medication at the beginning, he's doing his thing, but then he stops taking the medication and his shit starts spiraling out of control, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And all I could think of was the graphic novel from One Bad Day. Like, it literally was turning into just probably a week, but we all knew there was no way he was dating Zazie Beetz. Where I don't know if he pulled that shit off.
Because I was like, maybe this is like what is the old boy's name in the fucking tabloids now with Kim Kardashian, Pete Wentz,
Pete Davidson.
Pete
Davidson been dating baddies though.
Yeah, he has. So I was figuring, maybe it's not unheard of for like white lanky men to get these women. Like, I've seen it.
You know why? Like, we was talking about this, Chris. We were talking about it before the show started. I think Pete Davidson got some game. I think he got that gift.
Michael Rappaport said the same thing. He said he might be slanging something that we don't know about.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I was like, that nigga got that work. He's slinging dick is what he's slinging.
That's all part of your game. That's part of
his roster right now should not look the way it does.
Game is just too cute for me. No, that nigga got that work. I'm convinced.
He know how to talk to him. I'm like, he know how to put it down. That's all. I'm like, he makes you laugh and
he has a great dick, and that's really all we're looking for.
That's gay.
We just want to laugh.
That's the game. He's already on one of the top shows.
I'm like, change your Tinder profile to that, ladies, in the bio. Laughter, dick, and then you're gonna find somebody.
That's it.
Facts. You can make them laugh, and okay, but that's neither here nor there. Candy, you was not here. You was not here for the first topic. And we were talking about, I don't know if you heard about it. It was a guy, he flew out an Instagram model. And when she got there, she didn't look nothing like her pictures.
Oh, no.
So he sent her back home.
How bad are we talking?
It was a gross misrepresentation. I won't say it's a gross misrepresentation, but it was the pictures that she was posting. Clearly, she was using a butt double because that was not her butt.
So the ass wasn't there.
No, she was a pretty girl. So this is my whole thing, right? Because somebody had posted.
All I see is Candy in my head, just saying the lies. That's all. I
The lies.
Somebody posted it, right? And then all the comments, this is on Facebook. All the comments was like, I can't believe he did that. Da 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 da. And like, what is he doing? She's a very pretty girl. And all I could think to myself was, it don't matter the fact that she actually is a pretty girl. The fact is, the picture she was posting was not her. Like, that's lame. Like, what?
I'm like, who does that? It was very gentlemanly of him to send her back because he.
Oh no, he didn't pay for it. No, he didn't pay for it. He didn't pay for it.
Well, I'm not mad at that either because if we keep it very business-like,
ask her again why I added to the show.
If we keep it and I'm not trying to like pander or be what the girls call a pick-me-sha or whatever, but if we keep it very business-like, I obviously flew you out because I thought you had that ass, and if I flew you out and that ass is not there, yo, no ass having self got to go back. That's just, I'm not mad at him for that. That's not rude. It ain't like he like whooped her ass or did nothing too crazy. As far as from what it sounded like, he didn't put her on blast on social media over it.
Well, yeah, he did. Well,
okay, well, that's a little childish, but
I don't know. it's a video, and I'll shoot you the video so you can see it later. But he was like, he went live and had her and show her leaving out of the space that he had rented or whatever. But it was never, you couldn't see her face or nothing like that. You can hear her voice, but you couldn't see her face.
But you know what? Here's a lesson to anybody that's doing this online thing: video chat with people before you actually see them. That way you can really see what's going on before you fly somebody out, before you meet somebody downtown. That he should have done that instead of just going by pictures, because nowadays you can't trust none of that shit, to be honest. So that's on him, but lesson learned. And she knew better anyway. You thought she was gonna come out with no ass and live to tell the tale?
And the people trying to defend her. The shit that got me was the people trying to defend her in the comments. G, can you pull up our Facebook and put up here?
I try to.
Okay, cool. The thing that got me was the people defending her in the comments. And I'm just thinking to myself, let it have been like a dude who was sending her pictures of another guy and then show up as himself. They were like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that, blah, 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 blah. But this is somehow different.
Well, I've learned that we don't, and I know I'm not speaking for every woman, just my limited worldview. Every once in a while, drink a little Kevin Samuels Kool-Aid. And I also... I like to digest a little bit of everybody. So some of it's like legit, especially when he's talking about the type of men that some of these girls saying they want. And if you want that type of men, you need to be the type of bitch them men want. That's what it is. And if you're not that type of person, you're not going to get that type of man. And kind of like water finds its own level. Be cool with like what's around you. There's nothing wrong with that. Right. So I've noticed a pattern, and I've seen it in different groups too, with bitches that came at me for certain opinions, all type of shit. Because I'm like, one time Kevin said, a lot of women are gonna die alone because they aren't giving the respect to a man that makes what they make, or maybe even a little less, the same way they would if someone was like a little athlete or a mini celebrity or whatever. And I'm like, I think the respect should be based off of how somebody's treatment is. I understand it's a perk if someone looks a certain way or makes a certain amount, but at the end of the day, it's all about who's caring for you and who's really there day in and day out. And some of these men ain't gonna be there like you think. Especially when they have options, and no, they not gonna settle down the way that you think. But I kept seeing over and over again, not only were women not wanting to take that as the truth, it's like just logic was going out the window, and they were all coming together to like attack other women that thought something different. Yeah, and they were attacking the men, and I was just like, oh God, do we do this like all the time? Because I'm just like, this ain't this makes us look real irrational, and that's not a good look for women at all. Like, there is no defending a girl that lied about how fat her ass was. I'm so sorry.
That can't be.
I saw that picture. So she had no booty.
Hey G, if you can pull up your email, I just shot you an email of the other picture, because the other picture shows a side by side.
Gotcha.
Side by side of it.
Okay.
The lies.
The deception.
The deceit.
Damn.
Get away from me, jigaboo.
I just can't believe they was trying to defend her like that. They was like, but she's a pretty girl. Like that's so. And she was a pretty girl. But that, come on. And like, if you would, I think Chris had brought this point out earlier. If she would lie about that, what else would she lie about? You know what I'm saying? Right. That's because it's a whole different.
And I get that people do like a little nip tuck on their pictures or do their filters or whatever, but I would never want to not look like me if I was going to meet somebody. I think like when I was heavy dating online, that's when I would be like, all right, can we do a video chat? And I would try to do it with no makeup or whatever. So it's like, this is what's going on, because I don't need you ever trying to play me like, damn, bitch, I know you look like that, because men are visual. So she had an obligation to show up looking right, and she didn't. Oh, shit.
Okay. Now
I
understand that angles, you know, different angles will make stuff look. No, that is two different women, bro. Ain't no angles. Ain't no, because I mean, I could give her that because it could be like she might maybe had a tan or whatever. But no, that is the woman on the left. It's not the same.
The tattoo ain't
the
even
tattoo on top of that. Yeah. But look at the length of the legs. The girl on the right, I guarantee you, she's taller than the girl on the left. Look at how long her legs are compared to the girl on the left. It's two different women.
And I mean, like, it's not like her body's like super horrible, but she definitely did have false advertising. No,
she's
she definitely got the SpongeBob going.
a little
Bikini bottom. She got a
definitely
bikini
got
bottom.
the bikini bottoms popping. Well, yeah,
You know
she
what
got
I'm
what
saying?
she deserves. She'll know next time.
Mhm.
Somebody will still take her, girl. Use
Of
that as
course.
advertisement for your page. Somebody's probably in that inbox like, bring that flat ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now.
Give me them cakes.
Like your queen. He don't deserve
Them
your
them
queen.
flat
cupcakes.
cakes.
Them ain't fruit
Nah,
cakes,
look, them
cupcakes.
those are crepes.
Pancake butt.
She got crepes.
Oh, yes, crepes. And then
Crepes.
somebody's like, crepes still get 8. Okay,
You know what I'm
What's up?
saying? I like
you go.
crepes. There's nothing wrong with crepes. You know what I'm
Ain't
saying? A
nothing
little
wrong with
whipped
crepes.
cream on the
A
crepe.
little
You know what I mean?
strawberry.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
Like
That is
the yellow boy
fancy.
say
hazelnut
strawberries.
on a
Oh, okay.
Nuts.
Oh, he's
Okay.
fancy. He said, hey, let me write that down. Hazelnut.
Like,
Some nuts
if
on
you
that
need to be
crepes.
fancy, so do I. Madam.
Yeah, put hazelnut
Quite.
on my ass.
Yes, rather. My
Not
word. My word.
Yes, indubitably. Yes.
Indubitably, yes.
Yes. Ha, ha, ha.
You're missing the monocle when you got to do that one.
You got-
Right.
you gotta have it.
Indubitably.
I just can't imagine just being like so rich where like regular people disgust you.
The commoners.
Oh, pest.
Like everyone else is
Peasants.
just so poor and gross. Like you
Who's that?
pump
She
your
the
own
T.
gas.
She the T does that when she does that little character. I'm a rich bitch.
Oh my god, that's so funny. When she's in the mall with her fur and like looking at everybody like disgusted that they're shopping in the mall. And she's like, Frederick. And I was just like,
Oh, that's the girl who
Yeah.
husband named Frederick. Because his name ain't Frederick, but she
if
always
not,
call
she
him
just
Frederick.
call him that. She's
Yeah.
funny as
She
shit.
is funny as hell, man. I didn't know what her name was, but yeah,
I know
she
he be
is.
tired of her ass, but she be killing me.
You be like,
Like, my name ain't Frederick.
Yeah, he
pour
did-
me
he
another
did say
wine.
that.
He's like, get it yourself.
So she be like,
How dare
oh,
you?
oh.
Then she do it with her kids too. She be telling them not to call her mom. She's like, I don't know what they're doing, what they're saying.
I don't know whose children these are.
Oh my gosh, she was treating them like servants. Oh, she's too fucking funny.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
she the
love
T is
her.
hilarious. She's
Love
the T
her.
is hilarious.
She is.
But G, we got anything else, man?
Lastly, man. So Candy, you kind of missed it, but I think we was riding South Korea's dick a bit too hard with
Pause. all
Okay, what?
all on Kim Jong Un's shit.
But we was talking about, how they're right now they're killing it with Squid Game, Hellbound, Samsung phones, and then
Y'all liked Hellbound? If y'all watched it? Okay.
I haven't
did.
watched it yet.
We're gonna start
saw
it,
it?
so okay, good.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Okay,
that-
good. I'm
yeah.
excited now.
Yeah, and then of course perfect fried ass chicken. They somehow surpassed us with the fried chicken. I don't know how the fuck they did it.
Bastards.
Right.
You
So-
ain't got the answers.
You ain't got the answer.
So we just want to get everybody's feelings about the love that South Korea has given us in the past few years.
I haven't heard about.
I was like, wow, she gonna be like,
Yeah, because I was like,
Koreans.
no, I'm like,
it's not a
I enjoy-
racist, but it's kind of a
I
racist.
enjoy
it's not racist.
right. I was like, I enjoy kimchi, and no, I will say this in I guess answering but not answering the question. I'm hoping this isn't one of those things since I have a friend that's like half black, half Japanese. So she says she feels a way sometimes when there just seem to be a wave of, I don't know what it's called, just somebody will get super excited about a group of people and then they just leave it alone, right? So nobody was studying this group unless there was some type of politics going on where you could possibly be involved in a war or whatever, or you're entertaining us. And of course that could feel a little shitty, especially when I grew up overseas. So I have friends that are from literally everywhere. So to hear some of them even say like, yeah, but outside of like Squid Games, nobody was studying us. Like, yeah, you have like K-pop and kind of like some of the dramas over the years or their scary movies are really fucked up, but that's such a small niche that not everybody's into. So some of them don't even like the fact that there is this hype, but they know if we don't keep giving you what you're liking right now, you're going to forget about us and you ain't going to spend your money over here no more. You're not really about equality the way you're talking about anymore. So I don't know. It's a little weird. Like I feel probably a little guilty. I don't think I would if I was white because some of them don't feel guilt. But I feel as a black, as a colored, I feel sometimes a little guilty for falling into that same trap where I'm like, outside of this, do I care what you're doing?
That's a good point.
This is true.
That's a good point.
Very true.
I had Squid Games been trash with what
you did it. Yes. You said Squid Games, yes, good on
no,
you.
Wait, what?
You
what?
said you put an S.
So let me explain.
You put an S on it. Yes, you did. Squid Games. Black people.
And should I not have said the S at the end?
Yes,
it's Squid Game. I'll be doing it too though. Like
the reason I say games, the niggas is playing more than one game. Squid Games. Period.
What?
Raises a good
Chucky
point.
movie.
About
Squid Games.
Freddy Krueger. Jason, Freddy.
Jason. I don't know what them real names is.
What is a Nightmare on Elm Street? I don't know what that is.
That's Freddy Krueger.
Freddy.
That's
Freddy.
And then what we say, we be like Freddy 1, Freddy 2.
Freddy 2. Chucky, not Child's Play.
Yeah, I don't know.
It ain't been Child's Play. It ain't been Child's Play since the first movie. It's been Chucky ever since.
Right, every time.
Real shit, I did not know that shit. And the person that I'm seeing, they love scary movies. So when we decided to watch some, I was just like, Child's Play. And I was like,
That's Chucky.
Hey, Chucky.
Chuck E. Cheese?
The lies.
Yeah, right. The lies.
Well, hold up.
They lied to me.
Is that a bootleg? Child's Play? Is that a
What
bootleg?
is that?
I
know about
it
Chucky.
Real.
I don't know about.
I think the only ones I get right is, we said the Blair Witch. But even then, it's Blair Witch Project. We just say the Blair Witch movie.
Yeah,
Blair Witch.
Exactly.
Oh.
Blair Witch, and then what's the other one? Because that shit fucked me up. The first one.
We tend to
Where
say
the
Halloween.
monster actually got away with shit. Jeepers Creepers. Ooh, child.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we never.
could
Exactly.
not.
We never. I don't even think we know
could
the
not.
name
I
of
don't,
the creature.
that nigga Jeepers Creepers. Is
That's
his
all we
name.
know.
I think that is his name.
That's his name.
Yeah, in a movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think.
And that nigga had
call
control of the radio station. I don't know if he had payola or what, but that nigga would play the Jeepers Creepers little theme song.
Damn song is creepy.
That was my shit, man. I like that movie. That movie was pretty good.
That movie was good, but it scared me. I'm
good.
not gonna lie. That ending had me like, he took his brother. Like, what's gonna
Yeah.
happen? I was like, he's gonna come back, right? No, that nigga did not come back.
20 years later, he shows up. I'm like,
The
look,
second
I
one
don't plan
fucked
on
me up.
being in town.
The second one fucked you up too.
Yeah,
I don't
because-
remember what happened in the
scene?
second one.
Cause it
What
was the
happened in the
son. He
second
was like, "Yep, any day now, he coming.
Yeah.
He coming."
The father was sitting there waiting in the barn. He had a
Yeah.
whole setup. He had he took his farm truck and rigged it out. And
Wow.
Could you
Yeah,
imagine waiting
yeah.
20 years?
Like, what is
Like,
it? What is the monster doing all this time? Is he out here banging monster girls?
No,
Like,
he was supposed to be
having
like
monsters
in
hibernating or
hibernation.
something.
Yeah.
in hibernation, like what
I
was
guess
that?
like
That was the one
healing
with the.
or like making weapons out of people's belly buttons. He was doing weird ass craft and shit. He got a
that was the
Pinterest
one. That
or
was the
something.
one with the. That was the one with the high school football team,
on the
and
bus.
they were on the bus.
And that bus, and that nigga took that
And that
guy's
one
head.
brother, was on the bus. I was like, nigga, if you don't stay your ass in the bus,
It-
you around the
Under the
wrong
seat.
group
Let's
of
get under the
people.
seat, brother. It's gonna be
Under
hot,
the-
man. Let's get
Not
under the
hot.
seat.
Don't volunteer. Shit.
I had
what
never
I'm saying.
like
He gonna have to
black
come
person
inside
yelled
to get
harder in a
me.
movie. Not you gonna have to come inside
You
to
have to
get me
come
because
inside
I
to
ain't
get
coming
me.
out.
Look,
You have
black-
to come in. Period.
I'm in like
black people
3
in-
tons of steel. I'm good, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not getting.
Look, black people in fields of any kind do not mix. So
Oh,
you don't
nah.
need
They
to
don't.
be.
And then I
know.
don't
I
understand
will
being
give
so
them-
scared that you want to fight because sometimes in those different movies they're like, we're not taking this shit. We're gonna go ahead and get like evil.
I give it
No.
to one brother. And he didn't fare well, but I give it to one brother. Now
I know.
look, Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah, I knew we were going with that.
And that brother, he was a boxer.
He tried.
was a boxer.
He tried.
tried.
He was going at it. And I was like, dude, 2 more hits at best. 2 more. He
Didn't they
would've
do
fell off
that
the
in one of
building.
the Freddy movies? Like the brother was in a dream or something. He's like,
Oh, that was Dream
Forget him.
Warriors.
I'm tired of being scared, Freddy. He like trying to like beat him up or something.
He tried
and
to
then-
fight.
Why
Yeah,
you
'cause
want to
he-
beat up a nigga that got literal scissor hands, like blade hands? He's
You will
fucking
lose.
burnt
Yeah.
up Wolverine, and you think you gonna win?
Oh man.
Listen, I get the kids one thing when they got out of the bus. First of all, don't get out the bus. But if you don't get out the bus, if you notice, they all ran in the field, but everybody's scattered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, they thinking this shit. Like, you're not just gonna go all in one spot because it'll be easy to pick us. Everybody like went into a different direction.
They
and shit.
definitely was like, I was gonna say, don't show no picture of this nigga.
Oh man.
Oh, you
Yeah,
brought
there
it
is.
up. Look at that
Yep.
jumpsuit. First of all, look at his suit.
That
Look
shit
at
is
that,
kind
look
of
at that
fly.
form. Look at that form.
It
Ready.
is fly while you
It's
playing.
kind of fly.
That nigga dripping.
Yeet!
Not yeet.
See, he
Nigga
was giving
run!
it to him. He was giving it to him.
Oh, yeet! Get his ass. Hit that nigga.
Not getting. He was eating them hits. I'm sorry.
Remember that shit in high school when somebody was about to get hit? Everybody be like, oh, yeah.
They would.
Hit that nigga.
They would be talking too much in high school. They would literally be about to kiss before they fought. I never understood that.
Like, get out my face. Get out my face.
I don't get that.
And then it's when he
stopped. He eating them shots.
Working the body.
I know he tired. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, look, he done spent himself out. That was the problem.
Tired.
He rope-a-doped.
He did rope-a-dope him.
I'm sorry. After I hit you with all my might like the third time and you eating these hits, I gotta go.
And when he stopped and told me, he said, "Is that all you got?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, no, you don't stop."
I do not remember it being this long. That's
this is really long. Longer than I remember.
I was pissed. I'm like, because he stopped. He was like, "That's all you got." He knocked his head. Right
I like
off.
that someone decided this belonged on YouTube. I appreciate them.
Right.
They're the real MVPs.
They are. I like that. Look at him. Oh, Lord.
Man.
He's snotting.
He's snotting. He gave it his all.
Oh, his
bloody hands.
Was bleeding.
Nigga, Jason, like,
look how close he was.
Nigga, is you serious?
You should have kicked him.
Now
you want to farted his ass.
That nigga look like blurred over a little bit. That nigga look like Mike. He look like Micah a little bit.
That's funny as fuck.
Wait, he do.
That's funny as fuck.
Hold on.
I know you fucking lying.
I forgot about that. Oh, and what in the trash can?
But see, look how close he was to the edge, though. He's right there at the edge.
That was dumb as shit.
You ain't have to stop and
uppercut that man head off like that. That's fucked up. Yeah.
He was eating, but he was all. How you let
it was some power behind him, but he was still eating them. I'm like, God.
He was used to beating niggas up on the blocks. I'm like, man, the fact that you literally beat him the length of an apartment,
and then just gave out. Like Mark Henry at the end of the shit. Like Mark Henry Mark Henry.
What a reference.
That traumatized me in elementary school. Like, what's wrong with Mark Henry? That was like my first black superhero. What's wrong with Mark Henry? Why is he on the ground? Teacher was like, it's okay. Why is he not getting
why is he on the ground and you freaking out? Oh my God.
Not Mark, Lord, no.
Anybody but Mike.
Yeah, the bra and panty match that would have rung so many bells, and then hearing Jerry.
But the fact that we were just here for it with Jackie or Trish Stratus or any of them, I was just like, yeah. But one girl did an interview and she was saying her shit. What was it, Lita?
Yeah,
she was one of my favorites too. But she was recounting her times where people literally like ripped her clothes off, and she was like, "Yo," trying to tell them close up, like this ain't the move. Like, I don't want to do this. Like, you're taking it too far, and people weren't listening. Like they have on Vice, they have, I think, The Dark Side of the Ring is what it's called. Really great series. Like, there was a lot of fucked up shit going on. And of course, we were just loving it, but it was a lot
of drugs.
Oh, you like it a lot.
A lot of steroids, all that,
especially that one about New Jack. Yo,
that was rough. And then the one that the guy that actually died when he was wrestling out of the country or some shit.
Oh, out of the country.
This is a different one.
Out of the country.
Because he was like, he wasn't a part of Attitude Era. He was just coming up. And around when it was more commercialized. So they were interviewing at that time, not Brooke Hogan. What's Hulk Hogan's wife's name? I forget. But they were interviewing her and some other people. And she was even saying like, hey, we knew like a lot of stuff was going on, but everything was so much like, it's about the show and it's about this. So she said she would always get nervous when Mr. Hulkamania would be out of the country doing different things. Cause you know, they play by different rules depending on what country you on. And they're not playing like this. They not America where you can just hang up your little belt and stuff and go back to whatever you're doing. Their literal livelihoods and everything else change based off of who wins these matches and how much money is brought in by the matches being there in their country. It got like real political and weird. And like, I want to say 2 people died over there. Wow. It was like really fucking crazy. And I was like, I ain't never heard of this shit. But of course, they're not going to promote that side of it. Or I don't think they've done one on, what was it? Was it Benoit?
That's just sad right there.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
that was a lot. So I don't think they did an episode on him. They said they were going to kind of like do interviews and do that shit too. But I'm like, that's something to be talked about because you were right. Like people were definitely on drugs. Like,
oh god, yes, coke was everywhere. A lot of coke,
and nobody was telling anybody no. And on every episode I've watched, like the McMahons are like fucking the Lannisters every time. They're the fucking
They are the Lannisters.
They're the worst.
I never thought about that. They are the
Lannisters.
bro.
They are.
Oh my god.
The fucking worst every time.
Because they knew all the shit was going on and still let it go. In fact, it had the government not stepped in, I don't know if it was 10 years ago, maybe a little bit more than that, and said, listen, most of your wrestlers on steroids, drug use is rampant, man. Like, y'all got to make some changes or we're going to shut y'all down. If it wasn't for that, like, it would still be going on, now.
I believe it.
It's completely different now. It's just like, it's kind of like watered down. I don't watch it now. I'm glad it's safer. I'm glad it's safer, but I miss the old talking shit to the guy. Like I miss Randy Savage. That was my nigga.
Oh, that's my brother.
Oh yeah, brother. Let me tell you one thing, brother. Like I miss that, bro.
Classic,
I miss that.
Their promos was classic, man.
Oh man,
their promos were classic.
I had to look it up. It's literally the episode is called "The Killing of Bruiser Brody."
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Say
and
less.
that
I'm gonna watch
shit
that.
was the worst. And then there's another one, The Mysterious Death of Gorgeous Gino. Like they got some real episodes that have you being like, what the fuck? And then they got a Jimmy Snuka and the death of Nancy Argentino.
Jimmy Fly?
Jimmy Snuka was the dude.
It's a lot of wrestlers that died before like 40 or mid 40s.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That was all drugs and steroids, bro.
That's why I can appreciate people like Diamond Dallas Page, like reaching out and helping a lot of these cats, like kind of like reaching out to Razor Ramon like he did. Like, yo, Razor Ramon.
Yo, Razor. That's my dude.
Yo, that was my guy, bro.
Yeah.
Chico Machismo. Nigga had a little.
When he got it together, and we kept thinking that stuff was staged, and like then when they showed that special, like, yo, he was really messed up. You know, he was high, he was drunk, and like body was tore up, man.
Shit.
Bodies tore the fuck up. And there are a lot of the behind the ring stuff. They're still told by the McMahons and their managers and other people, like, you still got to go on, right? Like, there's still a match.
That's crazy.
And it's like literally like my wife just had a miscarriage and my leg's broken, but fuck me, right? Like, it's rough, but it's a good
Ruffling
series.
The Ruffling game is a rough
business. Out there, bro. It is out there. And that
you literally have to put yourself in a position to make it other than wrestling. Like, you Triple H is like one of the producers now or something.
Oh
and
shit!
Then
Came up
there. Stone Cold, he's out hosting stuff. That's not wrestling. Rock is a bona fide superstar actor at this point. So you have to find something to kind of like wrestling is almost like your foot in the door.
Right.
I look at wrestlers like what they tell. When I watched Black Swan many moons ago when it came out, and there was this. I like Black Swan. I love Black Swan. And one of the coaches or somebody was telling one of the girls, you have the ability to do something that's going to be beautiful and great, but it's going to be for a very short amount of time. They had the same speech to Kate Blanchett's character in Benjamin Button because she was a dancer. So I look at like athletes because I consider wrestlers athletes. Like you can do something great in a short amount of time. Everybody's not going to be 4,000 years old like Tom Brady's still trying to do shit. You're going to have this pocket of time where you're at your prime physically, and this is when you do this, but you need to find an out. Like you gotta, I'd even say it for musicians, you need to find something else to do, pull a fucking Cardi B. Okay, she knows she ain't the best rapper in the world, but we like her personality.
Hustler.
Get into other shit. Go into other things. Sell what you gotta sell, girl. Like I ain't mad at it because you already done sold your ass and shit. Ain't shit for you to be in this game. You know what I mean? As like a former stripper, she's one of those people I respect the fuck out of business wise because I feel like she's doing it right. Like
you don't want to have to be
even looking at Megan. Look at Megan.
60. You know what I'm saying?
I look at Megan all the time. I stalk her. Like
I believe it. I believe you when you say that.
I do. She's always in my stories. She's one of the few celebrities if I've ever met her. I'd be like,
but I mean, look, here she done went. She's graduated now, graduated college, and she's trying to go and pursue more, so she has an out. She has a back door, and that's not a pun on the word there, don't you?
Yes, she does.
Yes, it was.
It is. Who am I kidding?
No shame.
But, she got.
And we know she's a dork. So I'm like, girl, come on one of these shows. Come on, Geek Salad, BLERDSEYE View, Candy Combos, whatever. Come on one of the shows.
Open invitation anytime.
Real. If you listen to Megan, we are more than welcome.
And if you don't want to see these niggas, you can see me.
Forget
on
what
screen,
Candid
off
conversation.
screen.
Candy B, you dirty motherfucker.
Right, exactly.
She be like, look, I'm going to go on one Lucky Geeky podcast, and like Candy like undercuts us and gets it for herself.
I do, yeah. I'm like,
Brandy Blocker, you motherfucker.
Let me in.
First in the first 5 minutes. Shout out to Geek Salad. Shout out to BLERDSEYE View. Fuck y'all.
We're gonna make a whole Lifetime movie about you.
Right.
Behind
I can't stand her.
kind of thing. Right.
The Brandy Blocker story. Like,
oh my God. I would love to have a whole bunch of people interviewing and they're like, you know how those some people, you know, their story is going to be good about the person because they like, are we starting? Like what they did with Michael Jackson. Oh my God. As soon as I saw Dennis Rodman, I said, oh, this shit finna be good. This nigga finna talk.
Because he ain't got nothing to hide.
Yo, Dennis Rodman, his whole swag was just before its time. Can you imagine him being like, say, 29, 30 now playing in the NBA with his personality and the shit that he was into?
Oh,
he would be a superstar.
What are you talking about? He would be like the Kylie of like fucking basketball.
Yes.
The way people would throw endorsements at him, the way every group of people would be behind him, a nigga dressing up in a wedding gown and marrying himself, the alphabet community would eat that shit up.
They would eat it.
Love him.
Listen,
like,
he's comfortable with his sexuality. He dresses as a woman sometimes.
All night
and then
long.
He colors his hair.
Right.
He's
He's dating rock stars. What?
Like him and Garvin.
WWE one time.
Right. Wild
he did
dude,
everything.
Man.
He was ahead of
dude.
his time, and he still don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
And that's why we love Rodman to this day, man.
I love him.
He
does not give a. He don't give enough credit. I think that's probably why. I think Pippen probably got not making this like a sports thing as we're just segueing, but I could see why certain players don't like others, and I think it's all again pride and ego. You're upset because you're not remembered in this same way, and that like if shit like was just based off of maybe social media shit tomorrow and not what you did in the 90s, someone like Rodman would be light years ahead of you because nobody really likes you. We care more about if your wife was fucking Future or not than you.
Side note, that got to be the most disrespectful shit a rapper has ever done. Not only did he smash his wife,
he put it.
He
in
made a whole
song
about smashing.
Like Future, that's top.
You have to see me in these streets,
God,
nigga. Like you have to see me in these streets. Don't ever be in Chicago, Future. If you
for real,
don't ever
like,
be in Chicago.
And you can't come this way, Jack. You can't do it.
You know, if you're looking for Future to be respectful, I mean.
Nah, right.
Right. You're in the wrong conversation.
In the wrong conversation. But most of his fans are just as toxic. Because I be in the cars, tell Steve Harvey I don't want her. And I'm singing it too. And I'm like, that's just awful to say. Why would you say that? But I'm like, no good.
Steve, like, that ain't my real daughter, no way. That's
basically,
I'm
really
my daughter.
Fucking care. But that's another one where that's obviously how I know whatever she had going on with you was bomb Future because you hurt her. You still heard about her in Sierra.
Oh, yeah, he was. He was.
I'm like, your kid looked up.
Still talking about
I'm like,
Sierra,
he got the best stepdad ever. Like, come on now. You mad?
You can't even hate on that, but you hate.
You can't.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
weirdo.
Nigga, you was married to the girl. Like, y'all won't just like boyfriend, girlfriend. Y'all was married.
No, wait, they were engaged. No, they got engaged.
They were engaged. Okay, they were engaged.
Gotcha.
But like, come on, Future. You didn't really want her for. It's one of those things where it's like you mad because somebody else got her.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be
him
that.
Even being in interviews. He was in interviews
bro.
basically saying like, and we're not together no more, but she's seeing other people and got them around my son. And who does that? I was like, a bitch that's not with you anymore. That's what
exactly.
I'm like, you used to getting them basic girls pregnant and you throw them money for their boutique on IG or whatever, and they keep niggas away from your kid and they let you fuck when you in the city. You used to that. You got with somebody that had money and was relevant before you, and damn sure upgraded after you because Sierra wouldn't have been in the White House and none of this shit like she is with Russell Wilson.
She upgraded.
Staying with you, upgrade. Like Russell changed her life. I don't care what nobody says.
Hell yeah.
I know that Russell sees her as a blessing and everything else, but I'm like, Russell, you changed her life. So even her friendship circle is different.
Russell kind of a bitch though. I gotta throw that out. He kind of a bitch.
What?
It's not for the reasons why you think I'm calling him a bitch.
Is this
he
sports
is kind of a
shit?
bitch. It's not sports shit. No, not at all. Let me tell you why I think he's a kind of a bitch.
He owe you money?
He do owe me. He do owe me money. I know his dad. Look, no. Let me tell you why I think he's kind of a bitch though. He was on an interview, right? and they were asking, questions about the couple. It was him and Sierra, and they were talking about what their fears are. He said his only fear in life is for Sierra to leave him. So to me, that make you a bitch. Let me tell you why I make you a bitch. You a whole father, and your biggest fear is your woman leaving you. Not something happening to your kids, not, you catching a crazy disease and you on your deathbed. No, your woman leaving you is your biggest fear in life. That's kind of bitch, man. I don't like that shit.
And you're gonna die alone.
This me personally.
This is a great episode.
Oh no, I have my queen. You know what I'm saying? But that's your biggest fear in life, though. Really?
Did you listen to Future's last album? Because this sounds like a Future fan kind of comment.
No, I don't fuck with Future. I don't like them like that. I can't front though. The album he did with Drake, that shit is fire. I like how they play off each other.
I like the one he did before that better.
You don't like What a Time to Be? Was it What a Time to Be Alive?
I think it was. I mean, like, it was cool because I think a couple of songs were good. Didn't they do the Diamonds dancing?
Yeah, it was the Diamonds.
Like, and the Ring song, like that. I mean, it was cool.
It's a nice, a night of debauchery, soundtrack to a night of debauchery.
The album he had before that, it had like the smoke cloud or something.
I like that tagline. A soundtrack to a night of debauchery. I like that.
You're like, I can't listen to the positive tonight.
Pretty much, no. And I feel like those rappers are needed. I don't care what anybody says. We need our trash as well as, our good conscious stuff. Because nobody's like, let me turn up to KRS-One. Let me just put this on. We don't.
Yeah, you don't always. Sometimes you just want to be entertained by the lowest common denominator.
Listen.
Like, I don't want to be a activist all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
Even MLK was calling niggas. I'm sure. I
believe it.
He was calling niggas.
Boondocks moment. I'm sure.
You nigga, I'm tired of you niggas.
Can you imagine being in the room and he drops the N-word? I'd be like,
oh my God, what did y'all do? MLK say niggas?
What did y'all do? He called y'all niggas. Like, wow, I bet you it's the equivalent of when like Obama or Michelle. I know Michelle called niggas niggas. I know.
Oh yeah.
She just looked like
Michelle said
she's from
she
Chicago,
just
man.
like
Come on,
it came off at some point. I already know.
She the type where she just call white people niggas. Like,
that's the next level.
She the type.
Like these white niggas over here.
My mom be like that, and that shit is funny.
Michelle is the type that seems like as much as they was at Obama, and at the end of the day, she's like, did these motherfuckers really think
that's how it always all them pictures they would take of her. She was always side-eyeing, and I was like, if that wouldn't be me in the White House, like, I don't like none of you niggas, like, at all.
You know how I knew it was really real? Like, within like maybe a couple of months of them leaving the White House because Trump had won, she went back to just her natural hair, just like right then. I was like, yo, she was ready to do that shit. Like she's really down for the cause or whatever. And she's definitely said nigga a few times in her life.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Listen,
my nigga,
several times.
Out this motherfucker.
Period.
Yeah, but look, we want to thank y'all for being on the show. Thank you. Let the folks know what y'all got going on.
So Blurred's Eye View every Tuesday, 8:30 Eastern on Facebook Live and on YouTube Live. We are coming back after taking this Thanksgiving break. We're coming back next Tuesday. We'll be talking about Christmas movies or holiday movies or not, and have a nice little debate. We got Navy Montel coming on with us to talk about that.
Shout out to Navy.
So we got that going on. Just follow us on the IG.
If Chris allows it, as I just kind of like just suggest. I know I told him I wanted to do an episode about
you have the green light on that.
Okay, good. If you guys want to join, I think it would be nice because we want to do an episode about the toy commercials from the 80s and 90s, but actually how the toy lived up to, in reality. So we kind of want to get a list together for that, and then play some of the stuff and be like, I thought Crossfire was gonna go harder in real life because that theme song was so hard.
Yeah,
so I think that's gonna be a dope ass kind of before Christmas episode. If you guys had a time,
yo, let us know.
I'm down.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. Continue, Christopher.
You can check us out on IG, Blurred's Eye View, all one word. Chris.Fury1. Also, the other IG, check us out, the link tree in the bio. I'm on TikTok doing Motivational Mondays. I'll be doing superhero file reviews shortly after that. But yeah, tune in every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll probably be doing Twitch next season.
Nice. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
excited.
Stepping up the game. I like that.
Twitch,
Twitch, bitch. Don't give me ideas. It's gonna be like right after the intro of the song. And then it's like Twitch, bitch.
I'd be cool with that.
Chappelle was talking about people stopping him and his kids at Disneyland when his show was on.
That was funny.
People run up to me and say, I'm Rick James, bitch.
He said I'm with my
kids. I'm with my kids, man. I'm Rick James, bitch.
Hey, yo,
In fact, I would have left
you
the
heard
country
that
too.
his high school girl though when he went there for like his alma mater. It was like,
they tried to grill him. They tried to grill him, but he got, and they didn't like
for
that.
him.
He's too smart for that shit.
He's way too smart. And anybody trying to really get at Dave Chappelle, you dumb as fuck anyway. There's just certain people that you don't fuck with. He's unfuckable with. Like, he don't get him, Lil Nas X. There's certain people where it's like, good luck trolling them because they got the time.
Right.
They don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you can catch me on OnlyFans, Pornhub. Just kidding.
Oh,
shit. Not there yet. We're going to see what Rick's hitting for next month. After Christmas.
We got the exclusive here, folks.
We got the exclusive drop. At Candy B Cosplay, I am on IG. And it's the same thing for Twitter. It's the same thing. I'm trying to do better with the ticketed talks. I ain't there, but I'm trying.
That's everybody that's over like 30.
I promise you. Like,
we
to
own
see
it,
people,
but
they just to see these girls that follow so many cosplay bays and they look like this and then they're like, bam, I'm like a cyber version of Catwoman. I'm like, what the fuck? How you do the transitions? How you do all this shit?
They got time for that shit. They
don't have time,
man.
And I feel like I gotta make time because it is like the new thing, but I'm also like, I don't fucking care. So I'm trying to care more about TikTok. I really am, but I definitely care about IG because the hoe is always posting. So I'm on IG heavy. I'm doing pretty well with Twitter. Candid Convos with Candy B is still going strong. Having my guest today, Stephen Johnson, was just so fun. Like, his voiceover shit. He's hilarious. And I got him to agree to come to my adult prom because I got the exclusive drop. He had never went to prom. And I was just like, you can come to my adult prom that I'm throwing June 25th next year.
Dope. Is that the brother with the glasses? You got glasses? Mm-hmm. Yeah. He does. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
he's really good. So I'm basically in his inbox like, what else would you like to do or could you do? Because I mean, we're in Ohio together and there's no reason for you to be on your way being a millionaire and you to not include me in this. So I already told him what it was. And I found out he was a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. The point of this story
is I like to eat.
That's listen.
I hear that shit all the time now, man. That nigga's doing his shit.
He is, and he's so humble. Like, he didn't even have to do the little interview because everybody with a blue check ain't about talking to you about shit. Some people will literally leave you on red. And I'm like, okay, bitch. Like, I just wanted to talk to you because I found it interesting. But the Candid Convos was going way better than what I'm expecting. And yeah, I'm just trying to get into like event planning and just getting paid to be myself. That's the goal next year. So hopefully by next summer, I can tell the job that has had me in a chokehold for almost 10 years. Fuck you guys. I'm going home. That is the goal. So help me make that goal a reality when I start selling tickets.
Bitch.
I did right. Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God. I cannot. When people be saying that shit, when they be like, for real, I just be like I'll be out like in a restaurant to eat this shit, and then all you hear about, yes, and I'll be like, oh my God.
My son like hates it too. So if I leave the house when I'm getting ready for the bar and I look like good, he'll do two things. He'll just go, and that's how I know I'm looking too cute because he don't like that shit. He'll do, and I'm like, oh, okay. Or he'll be like, okay, queen, yes, get your bag, and I'm like, yes.
Hilarious.
He's just like, that is so dumb. He's like, it's so annoying, and I was like, sorry. But yeah, support that. And then I typically on my IG, I tag anything else I'm involved in. So the Candy Bee parties, I'm gonna start doing princess parties next year. I've already linked with someone that does like decor shit. I'm gonna give you guys, not y'all, because I feel like y'all know something like this, but anybody listening, I feel like this because I think we're all above 30, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm to the point in my life now where I just you 30, nigga. I feel like I just don't have time to kick it with people just to kick it with people. And now I'm looking at shit like, damn, if I ain't making money, I'm just spending money. What am I doing here? Just spending money. But like, I'm just, the switch went off now. So I would say if you kind of already in that, especially if you're younger, really dig your feet, set roots in that. That way you can set yourself up where you don't have to do what maybe our parents and parents' parents said you have to do to have a good life, to retire 401k and all the rest of that. You retire way before 60. You can do whatever you really decide to hustle your ass off for, but just use discernment with who you're spending time with and try to get around some people and make yourself a nice little Avenger team or Legion of Doom, whatever you want, and just have common goals. Because everybody I'm running into now literally is able to help me with an idea of I've decided to birth. Every single person has a purpose. So no more hanging out with people that are just fucking useless. I can't anymore. So
I think the older you get, you really yeah, she's becoming a villain.
I don't feel like, well, if my family was here, they'd be like, she's always been this way, like a villain. I'm like, I don't feel like I'm a villain. I just don't be fucking with
most villains don't, unless they
not most villains don't. Yeah, I don't think Lex Luthor doesn't think he has a problem, but it's like, homie, you got a problem.
It's like a whole megalomaniac in these streets.
That's the problem. But no, I see what you guys are doing, and you're consistent. Creative, consistent content is king right now.
Well, thank you.
And everybody isn't consistent. Everybody don't really give a fuck, even with y'all having mics and backgrounds. And like, I pay attention to all that stuff, especially with the colors, because I'm like, we're judged harsher. And when stuff ain't right, I'm like, see, you can't present this and expect somebody on Barstool to take your show seriously. Or wherever you're trying to get picked up from, you know what I mean? And then throw darts at whatever you can. You just don't have to just do one thing, whatever the fuck you good at this stage, like just put it out there and be good at it. Cause it takes nothing for someone to listen to one of y'all old videos and be like, they're funny as fuck. Can y'all come to the Breakfast Club and do blah, blah, blah? You never know when that shit's gonna hit. So
like, yes, we can, sir.
Right, okay. We head now ASAP. Charlemagne would be hilarious to do an interview with because he don't give a fuck.
He does not. Leonard, as
Leonard.
Monique likes to call him. But no, I definitely get what you're saying, because we all knew this shit for like years, but you know, your network is your net worth. We've all known this shit, but I think you get to the point where you really are taking shit serious, that you realize like teaming up with people who got similar goals is like everything. Because you got certain people who will be in the same position year after year, and it's like, damn, like you don't want to do nothing else. You don't want to do more. You're just cool, like, you know. I don't know.
Or some people won't fuck with you until they know who you know, because I know people, but I try not to ever tell people who I know. So I've had certain women with a decent followings and like the cosplay thing not want to do the interview, or just flat out say they don't do interviews, leave me on red, circle back with themselves or someone else saying, oh, so-and-so said they wanted to do this now. They could have done this then. I'm sorry, I'm a petty bitch. There was no reason for you to tell me no before. So you wait till I have so-and-so to be like, oh, well, you're cool, been cool. 1. 2, all you had to do was say yes. I don't do that funny acting shit. Like I
don't like it.
I don't play that at all. Once I know where you at, I kind of leave you where you at and keep it moving, because I don't have time for that shit. But that's why I was asking where y'all live, not because I'm gonna stalk you, but because I'm like, definitely it's too late. I'm outside. I like that we can literally not the turn. He just sees my fro in the back.
Like she got a green screen set up in my backyard. So I thought she was
been here the whole time.
Like, I see you. No, you don't.
You devious motherfucker.
But yeah, I be telling people, because I think Navy Montel said it before too, because he was trying to link up with us at BLERDConf. There's just no reason why we can't get together and discuss a creative idea or record something or take pictures for something, pitch in money for something if it's needed in person. Like, I'm just all about trying to help and link up like that. So there's like just no reason for certain people not to meet up and create something together. So we will all see each other at BLERDCon and maybe something else next year too.
Let me tell you. Go ahead.
So we need to create like a social. Remember the movie, the Social Network, like that for like blurred stuff. You know what I'm saying?
There's
like
one called I think it's called Court Chat. Yes, Black owned.
I remember you made a post about that, or you might have hit us with it. Is that what you're talking about?
No, that's another one.
Okay.
That I was gonna check out. I never got a chance to get around to it, but I still got it in my messages. So it's a couple out there. They just, you know, algorithms and all that other stuff. That's why I shared it like I did.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, being a part of it or creating your own. I'm all about just us getting paid to be ourselves. I'm tired of working for other people. I can't.
Damn right.
I can't. Gotta ask somebody, when you can have days off. And I'm sick of saying, well, wait till I get paid. Every day need to be payday, bitch. I can't.
Exactly.
Can't live like this anymore.
And whatever they paying you, you're making them 10 times as much. That's the real shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They paying you happy they paying you $70,000 or whatever, but you making them $750,000
so much more.
Or
making them, and they just tacking on like more and more shit for you to do. Like when I was really trying to lay out plans for what I wanted done, I was like, you telling me I could do this 6 times a year and make more than what I'm making in a year doing something like this? That's just an idea? Hell no. I was like, I got to get out of here. I have a couple events go right. I am quitting.
Yo, you should look into, I don't know if you have like what your background is as far as how much you know in like event space rental. Have you ever looked into renting event space?
Just recently, like in the last 6 months when I've been planning this. That's kind of all I've been doing.
Do you watch what's it Social Proof podcast?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. I got some shit I'm gonna send to you.
Yeah, send it to me.
Send it our way. Yeah.
I will
Social Proof podcast. He's a dude, David Shands. His whole platform is he interviews, it's mostly brothers and sisters who have actually, they're entrepreneurs, but they actually have done some shit. You know what I'm saying? They made a certain amount. They help other people become millionaires. He interviews them. And the guy who does the podcast, he does event planning, event space rentals. That's all he makes a lot of his money. And he also interviews other people who do it. Yeah, you should watch. It's good. He's they actually in network with Earn Your Leisure. I don't know if y'all heard of Earn.
Yes, I follow them.
Mm-hmm. They're all together.
After I saw them on the Breakfast Club, I was like, and follow.
Exactly. Love it. Love it. All they do is give game. All they do is give
free game.
Mm-hmm.
Free game. Well, cool. Well, thank y'all for being on this episode 53.
Ooh, look at y'all.
53 of the Geek Salad podcast. We want to thank everybody for watching and spending time with us on today. You can follow us at Geek Salad Now on Instagram. You can follow us at YouTube at Geek Salad. And we're on Twitter now. Yeah, we're on Twitter now at Geek Salad. We're at Geek Salad everywhere. This is at Geek Salad. Y'all can follow us there. Until next time, peace.
Thank y'all for coming by. Want some more?
I'm on the come up, jump up, I pick my gun up. Joe Jackson with trap.